It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yum,
Welcome
yummity
Supersonic
yum.
Saver
Bring your
Figures.
sour cream.
You have the honor.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese. Shell, meat, cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos.
welcome to the stream. Good to see you guys. I'm too short and things are not on. What the heck? I didn't even notice that. There. That's better. So I did a good thing. Yeah, the Star Much sign. I agree. Yeah. So I did a thing, and I was smart. So it's something that I think Ukulele told me to do a year and a half ago, which is to set my lights to a static IP so that they wouldn't change. I did that. However, before I did that, it changed all my stuff, which is why half of them don't connect. But we're getting on it, day at a time, 1% better at a time. However, the math about 1% better at a time, it usually only works when I have been I didn't go down 100%. So like I was here and then it went. Pfft, I know I'm 1% better at a time. Could take a little while to get back to where we were. Yeah, 100% better in 100 days. 100 streams, which is 4 times a week. So 100 divided by 4. So we're talking about, no less than like a year and a half. No, half a year? It'll take a little while. But that's okay. I feel pretty good about it. I feel like I'm getting my feet underneath me, if that's thing that people say. It's been an adventure lately, but I feel pretty good. All right, so where are we at? Good to see you, Ransom. Hello Shenanigans. Hello Supersonic. Hi Jones. Today we're going to be talking about an article that I saw in that was given up at some point. I think it was by my guy Zach, who is part of TOS.gg. I thought this is a great article for us to talk about, especially as a Christian content creator community, because it really lends itself well to giving us an encouragement about what's actually happening, and because a lot of doomsayers out there talking about how Twitch is dying and we should all freak out and everybody should go to a different platform or whatever, which is always the case, and there's always something coming, and who knows, maybe it will blow up one day. But we're gonna look at some stats that have to do with where Twitch is at right now and how things are going and growing, and then what that says to us, and then what we can do about it. And we're gonna watch a video about lurking, as in my guy Zach, which again, everybody should be following this dude. He's great. They did an interview at some point or something where they talked about the what happened with lurking and with the AI thing and with the bots and how they apparently one time some woman called out her, like a female streamer called out her chat, and her chat blew up to like 100 because they wouldn't count all the lurkers and whatnot. That was the whole thing. So we're going to be talking about that. So we got a lot to do, but as usual, before we do anything, checking in with you guys. How are you doing? I'm really bright. I don't want to be that bright. That's less bright. There you go. So, what are you guys doing? How are things? And today we're going to be probably jumping into, if we get through all this in less than 4 hours, then we're going to be getting into where winds meet. I'm going to show you more of that. And I know it's a gotcha, and my stream doesn't like gotcha. However, it's also not, okay? So it's an individual game. Aren't a bunch of people running around like in Destiny or whatever. It doesn't have a bunch of homework, right? I mean, you can do stuff like you can go and fight the boss 20 times if you want to get whatever, but it's got a good story. It's got great graphics, and I think it's been a ton of fun. So I think you guys will have fun with it too. So I think it'll be fun to play. No, I'm not bright enough. It's nothing. Yeah, it's true. I know you said that facetiously, but it's true. There's very little that can make me happy when it comes to my setup. I always only see problems all the time. Like I see that white wire, I see that black wire. That's an issue. I don't know why. That's all I see. I only see problems. Not that that's a good thing. Please believe me. I think it would be a good thing if, like I said, I was producing someone else, because then I'd be like, okay, how can I make this, really work, really perfect, and concentrate on that so that the star could shine. You know what I mean? Like the star could shine, and that they could, concentrate on doing really good content, and then that would allow me to be a perfectionist, pedantic, insane person who only thinks about the minutia. But unfortunately, I've only got so much time. So that's the way it is. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful, though. How are you guys? If you guys want to, we can jump straight into it. Otherwise, if you guys have a question right up front, then by all means do. Other than that, I'm going to be taking some time to step into the thing. We're going to be doing that. I got a good coffee today. Made myself a decent coffee. And I got my streamer chow, which my streamer chow is a new thing I'm doing. So what I do is I throw oatmeal into this little plastic container. I add milk, so like a third cup of oatmeal, third cup of milk, and then I threw a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of berries, some granola, a blob of yogurt, more granola, and then I just leave it there overnight. So it's kind of like a muesli situation. And then I get it in the morning. I throw some crunchy granola, because by then the granola is all like soggy. And then I eat it, and it's been pretty good. It gets me through a stream, man. Like, it's got enough calories. It's got enough stick-to-itiveness. Enough, I guess because of oatmeal or whatever. You keep going for a little while. Currently on hold with the internet to ask why we don't have our new modem yet. So I have business internet at my house, because I'm a business, and it was cheaper by a lot. And so when we got the business internet, they're like, well, now you can't have your old router. And that router was like a 3000 series, or 4000 or something. Like, it's a really good router, very fancy, really big, did lots of cool stuff. And they're like, oh, now that you're business internet, here's a crappy old 2000 series router from like 8 years ago. And I'm like, but business makes better, needs more. Why take good one? And I'm like, can I keep the good one? And they're like, no, you can't. That's not how it works. Like, okay, go ahead and make my internet worse. But it's been fine. It's been all right. I don't ask much of it, right? I had to go buy my own router because it was only the modem. But again, the previous one was a modem and a router and a Wi-Fi thing. Like, it was really good. But yeah, it's been a whole thing, man. Been a whole thing. But it's been solid. I realized, and I think this is just true of all routers, you have to reboot it every now and again. I know that because if I do a speed test, right now, I bet I don't even hit 300. Although I am streaming right now, but oh no, I'm still at 1,000 down and 800 up. Oh, I'm doing all right. I rebooted it like a week and a half ago, so maybe it's still taken. But I know that when I did that a little while ago, it was crawling, like it had plugged itself up like nuts. So I don't know how that works. It's like a pipe, that gets all like gunked up somehow. But internet, I don't know how the internet works. It's very confusing. This will be brand new. Yeah. So I got the router. I got a decent one. It was like, because the question wasn't which router am I getting. The question was which router is on sale and kind of matches what I want. And it was, it's all right. It's got like 6 antenna or whatever. So it does the job. Can't complain. I'm wired in with both my computers, so that would have worked regardless. I have like 3 old routers, like 15, 20-year-old routers. And I was trying to use those to save a little bit of money, but they could not keep up. It wasn't enough. Couldn't even use them as like a repeater. Okay, let's jump into this one. Nope. There we go. Actually, this one probably worked better. Yeah. Or this one? I don't think so. Blah, blah, blah. Nope, we're gonna use this one. It's a little uglier. Maybe I'll have to fix it later, but it is, there you go. Cool. I really wish that they wouldn't do this. Can I hit this button? So dumb. Let's take over your entire screen. I'm going to switch over the music again to something a bit more easy listening. If at any point, you guys, you find that the music is not matching the vibe, like we're talking about serious stuff and you're like, why are you listening to boppy music when you were talking about serious stuff? Please tell me. Right now I've fixed it so that the VOD doesn't have the music on it, and it did in the previous one, which is why that one was wrecked. But like, if we're not vibing and it's really bad, just tell me. Or if the music's too loud or something, just tell me. I'm more than happy to change. It's all about you guys. Okay. Yo, Swag, what up, dude? What is that? What's that? Up? It's a frog looking up, or some sort of toad. Or actually, I think it's an anchovy. I think it might be an anchovy. I'm losing my mind here. For some unknown reason, my phone has decided to grab onto a calendar from 8 years ago, the boys' homeschooling schedule, maybe even 10 years ago. And now I'm just like, every 20 minutes I get a ding of another thing that they're supposed to do. And I'm like, stop, and I've turned it off twice. Anyway, I'll stop complaining now. Yeah, we're gonna do this thing, and then let me pray, and then we'll jump into the rest of it. God, thanks for the day. I pray that you'd help settle me and to allow this conversation to be meaningful, fruitful, good, helpful, and that there'd be people out there that not only would get something good out of it, but also people who would be able to find some comfort in this, draw creators who need to know. Help us build good communities. This is all about you and about your people and about reaching folks that don't know you or that need friends, need family, need pastor, need community, need hope. And you're the source of that. You love us, so we love them. Amen. All right. And again, I apologize for sounding weird. I'm going to sound weird for a little while. It's just going to be the way it is. Can't help it. I don't have a tooth. It's bad. It's pretty bad. Like, when I say it's bad, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I don't know if I've shown you, but like, it's gone. It's a giant hole. I don't sound weird? Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm trying to enunciate as best I can. But again, that's one more thing that my brain is like trying to keep up with. Make everything perfect. Everything must be perfect. Yeah, I know, right? Perfect. It's a lot of wind when I say the letter F. Just a lot. Come, I think next week, I'll be going into the dentist and it'll be giving me, they'll give me some kind of temporary appliance, maybe. I might say no, because they're gonna be like, it's $2,000. I'll be like, I'll just suffer. But I don't have any speaking engagements coming up. And like you said, like, it's not terrible. I can still speak. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. Like, I really did. I was really dreading it, because what they were gonna do in the first run, they were gonna do this before Reach, right? Like, it was supposed to happen a month and a half before Reach, and that wouldn't have been extremely uncool. I wouldn't have enjoyed that at all. Yeah, bad. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's jump into this thing. I'm gonna put a little marker in case this actually goes well. And so the plan today is, I want to talk about how, you know, there's a lot of doomsayers out there talking about how Twitch is dying and that it is it's going to be a problem and let's figure out where to go. And there are a lot of creators out there that are struggling with growth. I know a lot of Christian content creators that struggle with, like, I know what to do. I'm supposed to make shorts, and I know I'm supposed to make, whatever. And how do I grow on Twitch? Because I don't want to go to TikTok, and I don't want to go to Kick, and I don't want to go to YouTube. Like, I love Twitch and my community loves Twitch, but I can't grow. It's really confusing. Why, is it going to die? And you get all stressed out. So I saw this article that was shared by Tues.gg, or Zach is the guy who puts that together. Everybody go follow him. That's great content, which is about how Americans are actually, showing a higher, or no, Twitch among Americans is growing. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But not just growing, as in like more people are watching, they're growing in a specific way. And that specific way is in talk content, which I think especially connects to the hearts of digital missionaries and digital ministers and people who are, like us, because as much as we love the gaming and we love hanging out, and we, all the funny stuff and silly stuff and all the things that we do, really at the core of it is meant to generate conversation and community. And it's been a struggle for some, because when you look at Twitch and they want to grow their community and they want it to be more impactful and they want it to be good, when that's A, threatened by Twitch is going to close, and B, I don't know how to grow on that, and should I be doing it somewhere else, and et cetera, it can get really down. So I want to give some good news today, change things up and actually give some good news about streaming. Okay, here is this is from a website called Civic Science. We're going to read it, and then I've got some notes on the side. The live video streaming platform Twitch, owned by Amazon, may not have broad recognition and audience in the US that other video-centric social platforms have, but it is steadily expanding its share. New Civic Science survey data among US adults around Twitch highlights not only growing interest in a wide variety of content to watch, but also opportunity for brands and advertisers to reach high-value audience that is ready to convert. So it's going to talk about this from a business perspective, right? As in, like, this is why you as a business should consider talking to your to streamers, because it's another deal. So if you want to reach some folks, this is another way to do it. I think we as missionaries or churches or ministries or what have you, one of the arguments that we have a hard time making to the people that we're trying to get support from, whether it be we as digital ministries talking to churches or the digital ministries or the churches trying to figure out where to go online, for any time we can say, actually the environment is growing, actually there are more people there, actually they're converting to actually doing stuff instead of just watching, because YouTube, great for watching, right? Great for watching stuff. But when it comes to converting to a community, that's harder to do. Why? Because they go there, they watch it, maybe they'll comment, but what happens after that, right? How do you build the conversation? Well, it's hard to do. TikTok, you have the live where people can go to, but TikTok is so consumable and so quick, people don't even stick around to find out who you are. Even if they do like your stuff, they don't stick around long enough to be able to engage with you. Like, they'd have to watch like 1 million of your really good videos. You kind of go, okay, fine, I'll go see who this guy is on another platform or join a Discord. Like, it's really almost impossible. Twitch, on the other hand, if you bring people in and they're part of Twitch, they are much more engaged, and there's a lot more potential for ministry and, I mean, secularly for sales. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. The latest data reveal that the percentage of US adults who watch content on Twitch at any frequency has jumped 7 percentage points over the past 4 years. Notably, the percentage who tell Civic Science that they watch Twitch at least weekly has spiked 5 points over the same period, rising to 21% among millennials, 30 to 44, and 30% among Gen Z, aged 18 to 29. Men are more likely to watch Twitch for any amount of time than women, 30 to 20% respectively. So that kind of tracks, because dudes, more into gaming, a lot of the gaming that are really popular here are the competitive, sort of shooters and whatnot. But that's not the news, right? We all know that people watch gaming. The big news here is the fact that you have a huge amount of growth. 7% is huge. 21% of millennials, 30 to 44, say that they watch at Twitch at least weekly. That is a big number. Of course, it's US, right? It's US, but talk about globally, and you talk about, Canada kind of following suit and things like that. That's a big deal. It is a platform. Twitch is a platform that is becoming normalized for how people consume content. And you could see that during the Twitch, like the annual, like kind of talk that Dan Clancy gave, where he was really emphasizing IRL content and the way that you can take Twitch with you to various places. Like, that's really a big deal that they want. And if that's how people are seeing it, as in not just I'm gonna go watch a game, but I'm gonna go there to talk to my favorite creator and to experience XYZ event live, that's a big deal. And a lot of folks are going there. It is baking into their brains, into the zeitgeist, that Twitch is one of the things to list, along with YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Oh, also Twitch, right? It used to be, not long ago, it wasn't just I don't watch Twitch. It was, what is Twitch? What are you even talking about? Now, because of a lot of celebrities and because of a lot of things that are kind of happening, plus it's owned by Amazon and it's in the news now and again, and big numbers are starting to happen, like 1 zillion viewers for whomever Kai Cenat getting hits the news, and now people know it exists, which is good, and some of them are actually going to watch it. Okay, so this is sort of the stat. The growth that you're seeing isn't just in the area of gaming. It's actually more in the areas of IRL, education, music, and chatting. That's what people are coming for, which is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this, because 1 in 5 Twitch viewers say that non-gaming categories are what they come to watch. Not just, I'm here to watch someone play a game. I'm here to chat, or I'm here to listen to music, or I'm here to, have someone in my head while or someone on the side talking or doing office work or whatever they're doing while I'm working. It's a big part that we as Christian creators are often part of. It's like, should I play games? Do I need to play games? I've watched 1 million shorts over the last few days here about how to grow on TikTok. How to grow on Twitch. I was watching TikTok, and it was, here's the games to play. Here are the 5 games you need to play. Here's the 5 gaming categories. Here's what you need to do to grow as a gaming content creator. It's still sort of assumed that you're going to be a gaming creator when it comes to Twitch. However, people should stop assuming that, because the growing as a just talking, or growing as a variety streamer who games and talks, is very viable, and that's where the growth is happening. Just chatting, of course, is the biggest category. It's 3.2 billion hours watched in I think this year, or 2025, which is roughly 285,000 average viewers, more than any individual game. Another stat shows that non-gaming categories overall have pulled in around 3.1 billion hours watched, which shows how strong the talk and hang outside of Twitch has become. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. However, we'll go back to the article. Some Americans are doing more than simply tuning in. An additional poll finds that 6% of U.S. respondents report having paid monthly subscription to Twitch content creator. This compares to 12% who said they have a monthly channel membership to a YouTube creator. That surprises me that 12% of people have a membership on YouTube. That kind of blows my mind, because I've never even thought about doing that. I just go watch the content. I don't really even think about memberships or anything. Like, Twitch is where you do subscriptions. Twitch is where you support the creator. YouTube is where you go watch stuff. And maybe I'm just old. I don't know. But it kind of surprises me that there's how many people are actually paying for a channel membership. But it's kind of an interesting part is that, and the reason we're learning about this, or the reason why this is important, is because it's not just a matter of growth, it's a matter of investment. Okay. So how do you know that people are invested in the community, or invested in the platform, or invested in the creator? Well, it's because you do a conversion of their time, their talents, and their treasure, right? If they are willing to give you their time, they're willing to, take time to watch you. And we just said that there's a lot more people who are taking time to watch, and their talent, they're willing to volunteer. They're part of your community. They're willing to mod. They're willing to kind of show up, give you ideas. They're going to give comments or whatever. Like, they're willing to take the time to do something for you. And the treasure is another one. If they're willing to give to you their a little bit of money, or support you in whatever way, it shows that they move beyond consumer and into community member, right? So instead of consumer, into a supporter. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. because it allows for us to kind of go, people who are on Twitch aren't just there to watch. They are also, many of them are there to support, and so much so, it's so important to them, they're willing to invest. Member only content. Yeah, I suppose if it's a creator you really like, then member only content makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think about it. Of course, I only watch like the same 4 creators. I'm a bad consumer, I guess, because I watch the same 4 YouTube videos when I have time, if ever. And you know, because that's the ones that I want to watch. It's hard to find new things I want to watch because I don't bother looking for it. I just go look at my subscriptions and find the same 3. Oh, look, it's a donkey video. Oh, look, it's game ranks. I'm done, you know, and that's it. That's my half an hour when I eat by myself. Okay. Additionally, what was once largely a platform reserved for video game and esports content has expanded to a wider selection of content to watch. While casual video gaming is the most common genre, around 1 to 5 Twitch viewers report watching other non-gaming. Oh, I already said this one. This is a big one. Yeah, that's a big deal. So here's kind of the stat: 28% casual video game live streams, right? Which isn't all of them, right? That's not like 90%. That's you know, a third. 21% are watching music. 20% are watching live events, right? Creative art, just chatting, fitness, IRL, esports, beauty and fashion, or something else. I don't know what the something else would be, because that covers a lot of, like, if it's not a video game or music or live or art or chatting or fitness or IRL or esports or like, I don't know what the other thing is. But yeah, it should be encouraging to you. One problem, so let me pause here and I'll just kind of talk for a second. One problem that we see as content creators is that it's really hard to grow on Twitch because discoverability is hard. We've known that forever. That's always been the problem with Twitch. Day one, when I started on Twitch almost 5 years ago, you know, the hardest problem with Twitch is discoverability. You have to make other content for other platforms so that they can find you, and that's the only way it's going to go. And that hasn't changed. That will never change. That's just not how Twitch is built. Native discoverability, as in people finding you because they came to Twitch, isn't a thing. They don't come to Twitch and find you. They come to Twitch to watch the people that they watch. Just like I was saying about YouTube, they come to watch the people that they want to watch, not to find more people. The chances of you being discovered would require them to go searching for a category that you're in, and then scrolling down far enough, whatever size you are, to be able to get to that number that you are, and for them to see your thumbnail, whatever that looks like, and for them to click on it, right? That's very few people. And if they're already sort of in the Twitch ecosystem, they've got a list of however many on the side. Hey, Reboot, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, well, that's it, right? If there are people, and that's why tags are important, right? So I have like Christian, I have help, I have what are my tags? My tags are Christian, mental health, pastor, help, Métis, ultra wide, taco network, ask me anything, creator coach, book club. It's basically anybody, you know, if you're going to type something, I'm hoping that that'll catch you and you'll be a tag. But it's rare to do what Swag did. Exactly. There's no main algorithmic feed that pushes your face to thousands of strangers. People usually find new streamers through raids, recommendations, or clips on other platforms. On top of that, it is incredibly hard to grow in a huge category like just chatting if you are a small creator, because you're buried under thousands of others. Even live streaming reports that praise Twitch's dominance still describe it as 61% market share giant in live stream watch time, not as a place where new channels get organic discovery. So one thing I've noticed among the Twitch people is that they really like Twitch. It's their favorite thing. They want to come to Twitch. They want to stream on Twitch. They talk about Twitch. It's like, just, that's what they think about Twitch. And so it's hard And I'll just flat out, ask the, chat, if you're a content creator, do you find it difficult to want to create content for other platforms because you give your energy to Twitch? You want to give it to Twitch and to your Twitch audience and to your Twitch, content, and like that's where you kind of put your energy and your time. And the idea of making content for other platforms, you're like, man, that's a whole nother thing, and I'd rather not. Right? I'd rather not. I think probably if you're like me anyway, it is always okay. I put all my effort into doing the stream, and now I have to rally more energy to turn that into something else. That's just the way it is. Okay. Why should brands pay attention to Twitch? The sway of both influencers and social media as a whole is continuing to climb, not just among Gen Z. Although Twitch may not have the broad recognition that YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram have, civic science data shows that Twitch viewers are notably more likely than users of these three platforms to say they trust social media influencers. Given that trust, it's unsurprising that they're also more likely to have made a purchase based on influencer recommendations. Right? Hello, Sarah. So what does that mean? That means that when you're having a conversation and you get people to your stream and they're actually engaging with your stream, relationships are real. The trust is real, right? It is difficult to grow, and it's difficult, et cetera, et cetera. But once they're there, because of the relationship you have, because of the, sort of reciprocal relationship where you talk and they type, and then, you kind of do something as a result of them typing, they can ask questions, they can engage, they can do silly stuff. Because of the way Twitch is built, it lends itself well to building trust with viewers, which in like secular world means you can sell them stuff because they like and trust you. In digital ministry terms, it means you can build real relationships with them and actually have a chance to help them, right? Convert them to being part of your Discord, or to encourage them to go and take that step into going to church or getting a counselor or talking to a friend or whatever it is. They actually have, it shows in the numbers, they will do something that costs them at the recommendation of a Twitch streamer, more likely than all the other platforms, right? More likely than YouTube, more likely than TikTok, more likely than Instagram. If your advice or hey, you should do a thing, hey, you should do it, et cetera, it carries more in your Twitch community, which it should. That makes sense, right? It makes sense that you have, the more time you spend with someone and the more time they spend observing you, the more chances you have or more opportunity you have to show who you really are, which means you can build trust. It's a no-brainer. However, it's not just influencers that are driving purchases. Twitch viewers are also the most open to purchasing directly on social media platform. This may only increase as brands like the cosmetics dip their toes into new ad capabilities on Twitch, which allow for direct integration into live streams. This is a new thing that's happening on Twitch, which is they're trying to integrate. I haven't seen it on mine yet, but I'm sure it's happening on the partners and whatnot. Is trying to integrate Amazon shopping with Twitch streamer, right? And it's like, if you, I watched a video on it or read something about it, and it basically is a way for you to be able to find how you can recommend products or create a link, or they can have something that connects them directly to an Amazon shopping page, which means, as it just said, people are more likely to convert if you're doing it from stream to the buying whatever that is. I'm looking forward to when they can actually figure this out, because it makes tons of sense that you would be able to have a list of links that lead to your shop, or that if they click on it from Twitch, there'll be like a URL that carries over to be able to say, this Twitch streamer, did this recommendation. Now you can get a little scratch on the side or some kind of incentive. It shouldn't be that hard to do, as in I can't do it. But at the very least, it does show that Twitch, it'd be worth it for Twitch, because people actually do change. So Twitch, 59% of who have purchased percentage who have purchased a product or service due to an influencer's recommendation on social media. 59%. I don't know what that means exactly, because I don't think 59% of people watching you will have bought something. I think that probably means if you bought it, why did you buy it? You probably bought it because you saw it on Twitch, right? I'm guessing. So Twitch is, anyway, whatever. Yeah. Furthermore, consumer declared data from Civic Science also finds that frequent Twitch viewers who will watch at least once a week are particularly, one, positive that the current state of the economy is a good time to make a major purchase. Two, likely to spend more on holiday gifts this year than last year. And three, optimistic that they will have more disposable income in 2026 and 2025. I find that very odd. I don't understand that at all, especially considering what there's so many naysayers that are on Twitch world, and but apparently, if you are on Twitch and you are hanging out and you do buy things, maybe that's what it is. You actually do buy things. You feel better about the economy in general. That, to me, from a digital content creation perspective, from digital ministry, what that tells me is that people who are watching you, right? People who are watching you feel better about the world because they're part of a community, because they're part of talking through stuff, because, for whatever reason. It's a big deal. The people who wrote these not live in Canada. It's all U.S. It's all U.S. All these stats. Canada's a whole nother ball of wax. We don't even really count in the Twitch world. There are no, if not any, companies that are promoting that are buying advertising stuff on Twitch, which is why if you're watching me, you'll get way less ads than if you're watching a US based person, because there's no ads that they can show here because that's not how it works. Xbox Crocs, no thank you. Especially not $80 Crocs, no thank you. I won't be buying that from a social media recommendation. All right, taken together the data points to a platform that has evolved well beyond its gaming roots and is gaining momentum among consumers who are both confident and primed for future spending. Twitch's blend of devoted communities, creator trust, and expanding content lanes positions it as a space worth watching. Its impact could grow faster than its audience numbers alone would suggest. So that, if you are a content creator, if you are a church, if you are a ministry who's considering entering into the digital ministry world, instead of just we have a YouTube channel, we're going to have a website, we make our sermons into a podcast, but how can we engage the digital community? Twitch is an amazing way to do that. It has proven, it shows right here, it shows that the growth on Twitch and the community building on Twitch and the investment on Twitch and the numbers on Twitch are worth the time to invest, which to digital content creators, especially ones who are already invested in Twitch, if you are worried about that, right? If you're worried that you are, they're going to take away Twitch, or that Twitch isn't growing, or Twitch is a dying platform, or whatever, the encouragement is to simply say it's not, right? Twitch is not a dying platform. It is it has showing signs of life. Things are changing. Yeah, it's not as big into I get gaming and the traditional thing you think about with Twitch, but the stuff that we're good at, community building, events, taking time to get to know people, helping folks with counseling, doing studies and education and talks and community building, that stuff's growing. That means that what we do is more positive and has more chances of growing on this platform. That's cool. That's really exciting. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this. I'm going to slide this over because I think it's something I want to share. Doodly doodly doo. There we go. Where are we at? That's first angle 2. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the problem of growing on Twitch. Okay. I think it's directly connected, because if you hear this, content creators or people in the United States are coming to Twitch more, and they're investing more, and communities are building more, and it's a bigger deal more, then you might look at your own channel and be like, well, then why not me? Right? What am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my channel? Why am I not growing? And then you're going to be like, you're going to do the same thing. And you're going to be like, well, I have to, invest elsewhere and do all the content elsewhere, and I don't have time for that. I'm only part-time. I don't have the money. Right? So I want to talk a little bit about growing on Twitch, and it's going to lead me somewhere, but let's just do this this first. And that is, I just said too big. That's a big one, man. That's huge. That's way too big. Twitch isn't where you blow up fast, it's where you trust and relationships are built. Twitch isn't a place to where quick growth is going to happen. It's not primarily designed as a discovery engine. It's a place to hang out with community, not so much to be discovered. That fits well with a lot of small streamers already feel. You can be live for hours and never see big spikes or from random browse traffic. Doesn't happen. Reports on live streaming trends show Twitch still dominates watch time, but YouTube is the one gaining share on who gets surfaced to new people side, right? Twitch is where people settle once they already know who they want to watch. That is really important to ingrain in your head. It's something that I have struggled with over the last 5 years, because I'm like, I'm a Twitch streamer. I want to stream on Twitch. I want people to come to my Twitch stream. I want to figure out how I can, put my energies here. And what the reality of the situation is, you can't get discovered here. It doesn't work that way unless it's swag, in which case, other than that, he will come find you. But everybody else, they don't. YouTube is the place to be when when people are willing to find you, watch a shorter version eventually. And I always think of like Moist Critical, or I think of what's that other guy's name, Asmongold, right? He's a great example of someone who has 10-12 minute videos based on some kind of hot topic, dumps like 5 of them a day based on his stream, and then people watch that and go, oh, he talks about stuff I want to hear. I want to go hear this live and maybe engage, right? That's that pipeline. But if he just was just on Twitch, the pipeline isn't there. The good part, if you are present, authentic, and interesting, Twitch viewers are unusually likely to bond with you. Okay, so if you're going to get discovered, it'll be outside of Twitch. Get that around your head. You have to figure that out. Second, is that if they do convert to you, if they come to your stream, they are more likely to bond with you. If you are a good person, if you are presenting some excellence, if you're authentic, if you're sharing, being vulnerable, all the stuff that we talk about, being real with people, they're more likely to bond. That's the whole point of, if people are watching on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, they are less likely to trust the social media influencers there, but they're more likely to trust you on Twitch. Once you can get them here, the relationships built on Twitch are deeper. That's what that means. Okay. External research backs this up. Live streamers build deeper emotional bonds. Twitch report called Beyond Influence describes live streaming creators as forming deeper emotional bonds, higher trust, and stronger purchase influence than traditional social media influencers. Academic work on live stream shopping reaches the same conclusion from a different angle. When people feel trust and flow with a streamer, their likelihood of following, buying, and sticking around goes way up. So you still have to make good content. You still have to be investing. It has to be thoughtful. It has to be very you, because they don't come to the content. They come to the content creator. That's a critically important thing to say, and I'll say it again. Whatever you make, they're not coming to see that. They're coming to see you do it. Yeah, that's really important. So therefore, the more you that's in it, the more of the authentic personality, the more vulnerability, the more reaction, the more conversation, the more this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and this is how I feel, and how do you feel, in conversation and interaction. The more you do that, the more, that's what they're coming for. That's what they want to see. And when you do that, you're obviously going to build bonds, build trust, build the ability to influence. This is purchase influence, but you'll get to influence them to do things they wouldn't normally do, like, for example, to go to church or to have a conversation or join your Discord or go get counseling or maybe consider, like a lifestyle change or, whatever. Your influence on Twitch will and can and will lead to lives changing. It's shown in the data. That's important to remember. It's more than just selling stuff. Yeah. We talked about that already. For Christian creators, it means the investment on Twitch is a valuable one. The relationships you're building are very real to the people watching. One of the criticisms that the traditional church gives, and many other people who don't understand Twitch and social media give, is that they aren't real relationships, right? They're the relationship you have with your gamer buddies, the ones you have online, the ones in your Discord, the ones that are only via text, the ones that you have, the parasocial relationship you have with your streamer, they're not real. But the truth is, and the numbers show, that they are very real to someone, right? The person on the other side who is investing in the conversation, who is actually taking time to type, who's actually spending time there, that's not just because they like the content or they're too bored to do otherwise. It is because they actually believe that creator and that community is important to them. They're real relationships. When someone shows up 3 times a week, listens to you, talk through scripture, trauma, mental health, content creator struggles, chats with you and your community, the bond isn't imaginary. The numbers around trust and influence match what you see in your whispers and DMs when viewers say, "You're the only pastor I have." Like they've said that to me, right? "You're my faith community. This is the place where I feel safe. You're the only one that seems to listen. When I'm here, I feel safe. I don't feel great on the outside." That's real. That's real stuff. I've had people literally say, I've had really bad experiences with pastors. "You're the only one that I've connected to." And it's not because necessarily me, right? I mean, part of it is me being me, but the other part of it is I'm accessible to them through the internet in a way that wherever they are, they can't just go find a pastor like that, which means they can heal by connecting with me here with this community and learn how to trust pastors, trust church, trust Christians, be vulnerable, try some stuff before they go and do any kind of thing, IRL. But it means it's high value, especially for ministries to the church hurt, ministries to people who are seekers, but they're not taking, they don't want to walk into a church. They're not going to go talk to somebody, but they're curious enough to go and look. That is extremely valuable. Incidentally, don't feel guilty about getting subs, bits, and donations on Twitch. I think this is a thing that I wanted to mention. Some people, as I watch them, they feel bad. Every time someone gives a bit, every time someone gives a sub, I hear the same thing. "You didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Oh, why did you do that? You don't have, please don't do that." And the idea is, I think it comes from a heart of trying to be humble, a heart of service where you're like, "I'm here to serve you. I'm here to love you. I don't want to be seen as taking your money. I don't want to be seen as like trying to squeeze stuff out of you. I know that you're in a vulnerable place. I don't want to be manipulating you out of stuff. So just, keep your money." To the content creators, I want to say, don't feel guilty if they are giving you subs and bits and donations. One of the very few structured ways that your community can give back to you is that way, right? If they want to show appreciation, if they want to say thank you, if they want to say that you're valuable, right? They can't come and give you a gift basket. They can't send you a gift card. Maybe they can go through Throne or they can do whatever, but it's a very inexpensive, very public, very immediate way to say, "You're valuable to me. You're doing something that I care about." And so therefore, here is a little bit of money or a little bit of attention or a little bit of fanfare to show the care. So don't apologize for it. There's no plate being passed. There's no membership fee. There's no formal giving channel, all that stuff. That doesn't happen. In church, it does. They pass the plate. They talk about it. Everybody come here and you can do bank stuff and whatever. Not that you're church, but you do have a ministry and you do have an important connection to these folks. And one of the ways that they're going to be able to connect to you and thank you and invest in you and keep this going because it's valuable to them is by giving you a little bit of money. So don't feel bad, right? What they're saying is, this matters to me. So if you're doing a good job as their community leader, it's okay. It's more than just tipping a performer they think is cool, or throwing a toonie at someone who's doing a good job. It is a community member supporting someone who's been supporting them, right? It's a good thing. So stop apologizing and just be thankful. Be thankful for it. Hopefully that makes sense. Couple applications that we can bring out of this whole conversation. Number one, that is Twitch is a valuable platform to invest your time in. Not only you, but also your church. You can make an argument, using this article, using the statistics, that it's worth the church considering, or worth the ministry considering, or worth your small group considering, or whoever considering Twitch as a viable place for ministry and for lives to change. It's viable according to the statistics. Number two, if you want to do this as a digital ministry, you'll need talking segments in your stream. I think that's an important application too. Not that you have to be a talk streamer, right? What it means is that if you're taking this as a digital ministry, the way that you're going to connect to people, according to the data, is to do more than play the game. Hey, DJ, good to see you. You have to incorporate some way talking, and most of you do. Most people do. If someone comes into your chat and they have having a time, ask for prayer, want some counseling, say something troublesome, usually you guys pull aside, have a little talk. That's good. The encouragement though is to take a minute to kind of step into a purposeful moment of talking. I don't think every Christian content creator needs a Devo. I don't think that's, because it's maybe not your forte. Maybe it's not, like you're not a Bible teacher, you're not something like that. It's going to feel forced. It's going to feel whatever. So don't feel like you have to do a Devo or like a normal event. But basically, are you able to, sup Penguin, good to see you. Find something that comes from you, inside of you, that you can talk about on purpose. Doesn't even have to be that long. It could be a thought of the day, a question of the day, something that kind of occurred to you, a story that you tell, and that you just kind of say, hey, this happened to me the other day, or I was thinking about this the other day. And what do you guys think of that? Plop it in the middle, or in between your sessions, or when you pause the game, or when you're going to eat something. Like, just kind of be like, you know what? Here's something I thought about today, something to talk about. Why? It's because the gaming content only gets you so far, and it's not what the relationships and the neighborhood, the community you're building is built on. It's going to be built on you, truthful interaction, authentic, vulnerable communication with them. That's what's going to convert. Okay. That's what's going to convert. If you are worried that when you open up, you're going to get, inundated with questions you can't handle, people dropping like mental health issues and Bible questions you don't know, and like, what if they say a thing and I don't know, I don't want to hurt anybody. Just be honest about what you don't know. I don't know. I wish I could help with that. I don't know. That's not something that I'm an expert in. I wish I could say something. However, I know this, pastor, me, say for example, or another, I'm not going to speak for any other pastor, but I know an online pastor, or I know a really good website, or I know a really good something that I can send you to look into this, right? Chances are you want it to be someone who can talk back. But at least it's something that, it's like, I can't do this, but I know a guy who can. Or say, I don't know, but I will ask my pastor, or I'll ask my, some expert that I know, some guy I know, to give me some wisdom on this. And tell you what, come back next time, or come back tomorrow, and I'll have some kind of answer of what they said. I'll do my best. You can just say, I don't know. Also, you have permission to steer away from hot topics. You don't have to jump into them, right? If those things are happening, like this says politics, or there's some kind of weird economy thing, or somebody wants to talk about war or something, and you're like, that's not what we're here to do. You can just say, that's not what we're here to do, right? I'd love to get to know you, but this stream is about, playing XYZ game, chatting as a community, sharing our week. It's not about finding things to argue about. So there are places to go do that. by all means, go find them. That's not what we do here. That's absolutely valid. Don't worry about losing a viewer. You know, they'll go find someone and they would have just come in and caused problems anyway. And it's not something that you need to worry about. But just kind of hold your ground. No, we don't do that here. Thanks for coming, but we don't do that here. If the person has a bigger issue, send them to a more mature Christian, you know, like I said. The Twitch is here's the final sentence. Twitch is not a place you're going to explode overnight, but it is a place where slow, deep, faithful ministry to real people is absolutely worth the effort, and it absolutely does happen, and lives are changing. Digital ministry is a big deal, and what you do is important, right? I'm planning to do an experiment. I'm not going to tell you what it is because every time I do this I always fail and then I feel bad, but I've been working on trying to do an experiment to try to figure out how I can do off Twitch content in a meaningful, purposeful, regular way that isn't just repurposing my content, right? Because we all know repurposed content, not the greatest growth. And so I want to try that, and I'll get back to you in, I don't know, 3 months. We'll see how it goes. But my hope is that we can kind of find that bridge, and I can hopefully become the person that can help you grow elsewhere too. But at least, at the very least, recognize Twitch is a really good place to have community. It's a good place to be. Don't be down on it. Don't worry about it closing right now. And the conversations that you have here are valuable and are changing lives. They really are. Okay. Let's anybody want to say something to that? I'm going to put a marker in. I can do that. Sure. There you go. The other thing we're going to do, I'm going to sit down, is we're going to watch a video by Zach about the lurk issue. And I think it's just, this is inside baseball stuff. So if you're not really about, you're not really about the inside baseball, why, what's happening with the bots and whatnot. And I can understand that, but it is very curious, and it's a big deal what people are talking about right now. That's some awesome people on Twitch. It's a cool space. I don't want it to die. Yeah. I don't know what it's like to have to change platforms yet. I started on Twitch. I've always been on Twitch. And so I'm not an old Mixer guy. I'm not a Facebook gaming guy. I'm not so kind of someone who came from somewhere else and had to rebuild. Not something I've had to do. In fact, talking about rebuilding, like Taco said to me, we should start doing streams on the Taco channel, right? The Taco Twitch channel. And my response was just to be crestfallen and to go, I don't want to build another channel. It's so hard, right? It's just so hard. It's so much work. I don't want to. So I can't imagine if all of a sudden the platform just, craps the bed, and then you're a refugee, a digital refugee looking for somewhere to go and to rebuild on. That'd be hard. That'd be really, really hard. Miss Submit's work today, so I'll have to watch the bot again later. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. Crestfallen is a big word for Zach. Yes, if your countenance is crestfallen, you've got problems. If you can't keep that crest in place, get a haircut. Glue that sucker up. Stiff upper lip. Okay, I'm going to jump into this, but I want to make sure that you guys have a chance to, pardon me, say something if you want to. But I think this is where we're going next. Is to Zacky Poo. I could probably move this whole thing over now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna. There. That's so much better. What'd you get? A common banana named Skywalker. Oh, far out. You win all the things. That's good. That's good. The gilded banana. That family's got problems though. You got to be careful with that Skywalker banana family. They got problems. Who got 1%? Oh, DJ, my dude. That's not enough to get through the world. Well done. Hannah wins for all time. We will never rise from the shame and humiliation of the defeat we have suffered. XBT, will Twitch ever die? The classic will it blend? Is that what that means? Question of the streaming world. Honestly, with the way memes and cat videos keep evolving, Twitch might just outlast us all. Let's be real, it could be reincarnated as a holographic platform where we all stream from our living rooms while floating in zero gravity. Until then, let's keep the good vibes rolling and pixels glowing. I will be deleting XNV2. It's just bad at its job. we're gonna find another way. It always comes up, Sunshine. That's the thing. Everybody's always talking about it all the time. Twitch with the holograms? Hologram is just a three-dimensional, two-dimensional space, so it'd be the same. I haven't heard anything, but I don't think about it. No, it's not that. It's a perennial and perpetual issue. Every once in a while, people talk. Exactly, very Chicken Little. That's exactly the right thing. People Chicken Little Twitch all the time. That's what they do. People are gonna. Twitch is dying. Twitch is over. Twitch is finally done. This is the final nail in the coffin. No, it's not. It's really not. No, don't panic. That was my whole point. That was the whole point of the talk was don't panic. Things are all right. Imminent death of the net localized to one service. Yeah, the dead internet theory, where we're all bots. Nobody exists. All bots are talking to bots. Everybody else is outside playing soccer. I don't think that's true either. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna push pause. I'm gonna hit play on this thing. What we're about to watch is essentially a guy who knows what he's talking about what the lurker situation is. If you haven't caught up to the lurker situation, everybody's numbers are down apparently, including mine, in a very panicked way. Ever since they've been talking about this, I've been at 30% down in viewership. And it's like, man, it made me feel really bad. I'm like, what did I do? Do I suck now? And it's a big deal, and it's happening to everybody. A while back, if you recall, they had some kind of AI bot that went and banned a whole bunch of people, and Pastor Dustin got caught up in it. Pastor Dustin was seen as a I don't know, bad streamer. Not only him, but his fish channel got cooked too. He came back like a day later. But he got caught up in it, and it showed that how inaccurate, how bad it actually was, the system. And so ever since then, people have been all up their nose about what the heck is the lurk situation, what are the viewer numbers, et cetera, right? It's a lot. Notice numbers down. Check a lot of streams. Notice this. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. What's the lurker situation? How are views counted? And here, this is it. Here's Zach talking about it.
I feel like I'm going to have to rename this channel to Viewbot Discussions with Zach, because the reality is it seems like that's all I'm talking about on this channel recently. But it is a very key question that a lot of creators have questions about. But we do have an update today, and this one comes from Twitch themselves, which is Chief Product Officer Mikey Menti, having addressed the whole issue of viewbots and lurkers and viewership and whether or not they've made changes on Twitch's Patch Notes show. And I thought that we would go through it together so that we can, if there's anything that he's saying here that I feel like I can maybe expand upon, I'll provide that insight.
Back in July, we said we were taking some steps to mitigate the impact of viewbots. We think viewbots are bad for the community and harmful. And, as a consequence, we made some changes in the back end that was, again, mitigating the impact of viewbots. Now, to be clear, that's not a one and done. That's an ongoing effort. We monitor what happens. We continue to make adjustments. Of course, the bad actors evolve. Viewbotting is an extremely lucrative activity, so people are going to continue to pursue it. Now, within that, Dan, myself, and our Chief Technical Officer, we have regular conversations on what's happening and what the impact is. We hear your feedback. We hear, the misconceptions that are out there. And one of the biggest ones, which I'll just hit head on, is we don't count lurkers. And I see this on the internet every single day. We made an announcement this morning about a change in clip count. Of course, 47 of the 51st responses are, well, why don't you start counting lurkers again? Well, let's be clear. Dan and I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, we're really going to screw the community over. We're going to stop counting lurkers. That's what we're going to do today. I'm using that as an extreme case to say that is absolutely not what we did. Now, people believe that we don't count.
So just to pause, yes, that's really important. You talk about doomsayers, naysayers. Somebody said a really good word earlier. Can't remember what it was, but like the idea is, every time you hear news, somebody is going to get their underwear in a twist about it. Right. It's just, that's what happens. And so they're going to assume some stuff. They're going to hey, great example, Susie. Okay. Susie is the best example of this right now. Susie goes to TwitchCon, has a brief conversation with Dan Clancy that leads to a single text from Dan Clancy where he is asked to collect some names and so that Twitch can see how big the Christian community is. That's it. Whole situation. Then Susie goes, okay, I'm going to make a Google Doc. That's like the easiest thing to do. So I'll just have a Google Doc. I'll send it out and be like, hey, if you're a Christian streamer, put your name in here so we can count who you are. And that's it. Google form. Yeah. And then everybody collectively lost their minds. Right. And I mean, like, accused him of crazy stuff, man, that like he's trying to gather this up because the Antichrist is trying to destroy Christian Twitch and he's working for them because he wants to gather stuff up so he can collect and sell stuff. He's working for Twitch, secretly trying to ban creators. He is he said it. He was doing it as only for himself and it had nothing to do with Twitch. And he's lying. All that stuff went through. And we know, because we know him, that it's all garbage. However, so every time you see news, period, every time you see news, you really, 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 really got to recognize that a lot of the blush, first blush, many blush, all the blush is going to be negative stuff meant to just stir up problems and cause issues and, just to be terrible. So don't get riled up when it comes to that stuff, which includes Twitch is trying to cancel all lurkers and Twitch is going to die, et cetera, et cetera. Like, let's just be real. That's not what's happening. Mumford was trying to do, but that's fine. That's up to you. But the thing is, you didn't accuse him of like being Satan, which I'm pretty sure that's really far from his plan. Well, he's super good at it.
Lurkers. And so then we need to get to, why do people believe that? And there's a series of things that go into why people may think we stopped counting lurkers. One is in and around an ad break, view count fluctuates. And there's an example, I think, that went around where a streamer came out of an ad break and said, hey, lurkers, say something in chat, and their view count went up. Well, at that time, the impact of view blockers actually caused view counts to go down during an ad break. That was the behavior at that particular moment in time. And as I said, these situations evolve. We made some changes to mitigate the impact of ad block, which actually now today causes the inverse to happen.
So just to interrupt there, the thing that he is talking about here is Sandwich. She did a little test on her stream maybe 2 months ago at this point, where during it, she said, hey, everybody type in chat. Let's see what actually happens to the overall viewership. And it came out to this kind of shocking outcome. I'll actually throw the clip in right now so you can see it.
Okay.
To Supersonic's point, it's not just that they're going to be wrong. They are actively trying to use the extreme language or extreme situations or exaggeration or full-blown lying in order to create clickbait and trolling and make people miserable, because their form of entertainment, or they make money off of people being upset. That's what's going down. It's not something like, oh, they're just wrong. They're malicious.
Lurkers, I'm gonna ask you to come out of lurk once again to type something in my chat, because if we go back up to 800 again, I'm gonna be like, hey, what?
Right here,
Twitch, come on.
Top.
What's that?
7:15. It says right now. So she calls out the lurkers. 7:15 all the way up to 964.
60 people. What the fuck is Twitch doing?
And so that looks pretty convincing.
So that, yeah, I'll let him say it, but yeah, that is a great example of a clip that looks like something that seems to prove something and isn't and doesn't.
Right? But what you don't necessarily notice there is that seconds before, or 3 minutes before, she's running an ad, and the ad break had ended shortly before this overall clip, so that when people are typing, it looks like the act of typing has actually caused the viewership to increase, but it's actually the fact that the ad has ended. And the reason that behavior occurs is because of ad blocks. And that's not a new thing, though it does kind of come and go. Way back when they launched the ads incentive program, one of the behaviors that I was tracking at the time was when ads are running, the viewership number would drop. And I theorized at the time that maybe Twitch has a separate counter for ads that is trying to show the number of people who are actually seeing the ad in real time versus the number of people that are actually present and watching the stream.
Yes, you could.
And that would result in a drop in viewership that would return afterwards, because the ad blocking thing said, okay, these people aren't actually watching this ad, so we don't count them in the overall count. And that's maybe still true. I don't know. I've never been able to get a firm answer on that overall, but we do know for sure with 100% certainty that that behavior that he's describing, that we saw in the Sandwich clip, is responsible because of ad block.
Again, if you're a streamer and you're seeing these numbers bouncing around, you're like, wow.
Which, by the way, it does convict me about the ad blocker that I'm using, because if I'm contributing to the issue of people getting stressed out over their view count because my ad blocker isn't getting me counted, that tells me that one of the ways that I can make everybody feel a little bit better with my little teeny tiny amount of lurking, I'm only one guy, and that is to, let the ads play and or, go get some whatever Twitch Prime thingy where they skip the ads, because then at least I won't be contributing to the problem. After watching this, to me it's pretty convicting that like I don't want to be the guy that's stressing folks out. Turbo, that's it. That's what it's called. Yeah. So after ads, it measures viewers. What about non-affiliate every 15 minutes? Well, essentially, yeah, it sounds like it's a bug in the system. Like, I don't know, but it sounds like it's a bug in the system that whenever they went to ad, you could see that, right? It's like how many people are watching this? And all of a sudden ad. And it's like, everybody's watching this now. It's an ad. That means nobody's watching this. So no, like, except for the subscribers and who, et cetera. And so I can imagine it was like, wow, that was a bug in the system. That's no good. We don't like that. And they didn't figure it out, because why would you, until people have an outcry? I don't use an ad blocker because I want to support streamers. And the, and $15 a month for Turbo is a lot. It just is a lot, man. Especially if I'm not paying much attention. Yeah. My browser has ad blocker, but I have it disabled for Twitch. Sometimes Twitch tells me to disable it anyway, which is, yeah, I know. Mine does that too. You notice you're using an ad blocker. Here's an ad. I'm like, why are we doing that song and dance?
This doesn't make any sense. What is Twitch doing? Clearly, they don't know how to count people. And as a consequence, it might lead you to believe that we don't count lurkers, which is not actually what's going on. It's the impact of ad block and the complexity of counting live view counts across hundreds of thousands of channels at the same time. Those two things are not related. The lurker logic, as it's existed since any of us have been here, and I've been here nearly 10 years now, this has not changed. We count a certain number of views from a single device. We haven't said exactly what that number is. We've said things like more than a handful, more than someone could reasonably engage in a number of channels at the same time. And
that's talking about how many can you be in at once. So I know for a while, the assumption, at least for me and for some, was 4. You can have like 4 windows open all at once. That is apparently not true anymore. I watched a short by Zach, and he's like, well, it's maybe 1, it's maybe 2, it's maybe 3, it's maybe 4, depending on your IP, depending on how many computers it is, depending on devices, how many MAC addresses it is, depending on if are you in a dorm, and all the kinds of stuff. Like, how many can you have? But the general guess, they've never released the number. Like, they never said this is how many you can have. So the biggest guess right now is at most 3, but probably only 2 is the idea. So lurking on 4, there's no point. Pick your favorite 2 or 3, I guess, and it would just not. I don't know what it does. This is an important point. I don't know if it just doesn't count any of them because you have more open than necessary, or it doesn't count the last 2. It only counts 2 of them. I don't know how that works. They don't want to give a definitive amount because, and not only genuinely want streams, but it would also give, if they explained how it worked, it would give ammunition to the people who are creating bots, right? You're creating the bots. It would help them design better bots, and they don't want to do that. Actively chat and count in 8. Yeah, but like I said, there's way too many things happening for anybody to make a rule. Oh, you too, because that's what it was like 5 years ago. Yeah, there you go. Bot use, yeah, exactly. Once again, bot users are the worst. Yeah.
If let's say, for example, you had 20 streams open on your browser, you're clearly not engaged in those 20 streams, and we're not going to count those as a view in every single one of those streams. We are counting what we believe to be active engaged viewers. There is a limit, and then we stop counting. That has not changed. This has not changed recently. This has not been a reversal to where we've gone out and said, you know what? Those lurkers, we're not counting them anymore. It's not changed.
That's a good point, Ferrick.
It's the same as it has always been as it relates to it. The view count doesn't have any knowledge of whether you're chatting or not. Doesn't care, doesn't know. We're focused on live views from a device that we can trust, etc. The third one is the difference between the community list. So if you go in chat, you click on community, there's a list of community members in there. They don't line up with the view count all the time. There could be more, there could be less.
That's such an odd thing. So if I go here, when I go to my Twitch, my dashboard. Nope, I gotta go to my chat, Twitch chat. Bum. Boop, 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 boop. And then I go to mod view. Mod view. Why can't I figure out how to go to mod view? How do I go to mod view? Do I not get to go to mod view? Shield mode. Okay, I can't be my own mod. What's up with that? Users in chat. There we go. That's the one. So, okay. So according to this, there is me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But Seribot is not watching. Coffee Stream Bot not watching. Chapter Burst not watching. So 1, 2, 3. And then Ransom 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, no, 13, 15. 15. So I currently have 18 viewers. So I have no idea how that works. I don't know how that works at all. I use Chrome to collect them. Yeah. BTB TV. Oh, I don't do that either. I did it when I first started watching Delcary, and he was doing a thing, not saying it still works, but I don't think it equates 1-to-1 counting. Yeah, it sounded like it should. That sounds like a really good way to do it, that if you're not getting any points, you're not counted as a viewer. But yeah, probably not the same system. It does seem really convenient that they have this convoluted method of view counting when that's criteria of whether they'll pay you and how much they pay you when they do. Yeah, I think I can appreciate that. Hello, Quiz. Good to see you, man. I can appreciate the fact that they're like, listen, we want to pay you for the people that are viewing you and seeing the ads that we're running. So therefore, we don't want it to be people who are have the browser muted and closed. That's not what we're selling to, because they're not seeing the ads. They clearly, like, lurkers is like, okay, a lurker who has it kind of up on the side and it's over there and it's like chirping away or whatever, or muted, at least they'll see the ad out of the corner of their eye. It's something that kind of counts. But when it's like there's 15 browser things open and they're all muted and they're like somewhere else, or worse, they're running on like a computer somewhere that's not even watching, they're just just like viewbotting, then that's not selling anything to anybody, which is not making the money. So why are they paying you to do that? She said it's very lucrative, or he said it's lucrative. No, yeah, Mike said it's lucrative to have view bots, because if they can get it right, it'll look like you 1,000 people have seen that ad, which they'll pay you for. That's a temptation that people have. But I wouldn't want to. If I was Twitch, I wouldn't want to count those guys either. Ramadan, I have been testing called Enhancer. Not sure if I've never heard of Enhancer. What's Enhancer? What does that do? Enhancer allows you to prioritize your favorite content creators by moving them to the top of your follow list. Ensures quick and easy access. Okay, that's interesting. Is that all it does? Chatters count displays real-time numbers of users in chat. This feature now supports multi-streaming, helping identify view bots and providing accurate audience metrics simultaneously across various broadcasts. Stream latency. There's a current delay in the live stream. Oh, interesting. That's super interesting. Channel section. Channel section provides readily available quick access links for the streamer you're currently watching, which can be managed in customized option. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's neat. That's kind of neat. I'm going to add that. Boop. Now, if I go watch me, mute me, because I need to be, I'm loud and annoying. Where is it? Do I need to refresh? Enhancer. Enhance. Next time, if I'm watching your stream, let's say leave before you and go to work, it's still on and you raid out, is somewhere else is lurking in similar overnight cases. I'm not watching, but I'm still lurking. Yeah, you're still being counted if you're the only one, right? If that's it. Where's I want it. Oh, my latency is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. That's pretty good. What else do we get? Where's my other stuff going on here? I want to pin it. Pin. Not telling me much. What? Enhancer. Okay, I guess I'll have to figure that out later. I got really low latency though. That's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, 21. What's this? Okay, that's kind of interesting. So it says down here, it says 2123. So what is that? Chatters are logged in users in a Twitch stream chat room. Oh, that's interesting. 21 viewers, 23 something or others. 1823. Yeah. That's so cool. That's kind of cool. Very, very neat. That's fun. That's kind of fun. All right, let's keep going.
You can be connected to chat, and you may not be counted as a viewer because you may have, as I said, 20 tabs open, and those don't count.
The second thing he said there is one of the questions that I see a lot, and that is, if Twitch doesn't count you as a viewer if you have a certain number of tabs open, why can't Twitch just tell us what that number actually is? Why can't they just be honest and just give the community an actual number?
There you go.
And the answer to that is that for the platform, it would be A, impossible, and B, damaging. And I'll tell you why. For starters, let me just continue to reiterate the most basic information that we can safely rely on. 2, sometimes 3. That's the most correct answer for the vast majority of people. But now let's get into the weeds just a little bit on why it's impossible to offer a clear answer. And just to be clear that these are not exact, this is just for illustrative purposes, okay?
To Ferrick's point, if you raid in, apparently they don't count raids as to your average viewers. It'll still show in your viewer, right? It'll, like if someone raids into me right now with 100 people, it will say I have 120 whatever people. But according to Twitch, all the background behind the scenes stuff, that won't count to my average viewer count, right? If I needed to get to 75 to become a partner, that won't help. Unless, apparently, because when you raid someone, it says, if you look at the URL, it goes equals raid or something like that. And that little URL says that you didn't come there. So if you, I'm told, and I don't know if it's true, you cut that part off, you delete it, you refresh, and then all of a sudden now you're a real viewer. That's a thing. Well, for partner, 75 is for partner. Yeah. But like whatever. So like for example, if say 1,000, I got rated by 1,000, and I needed 75 average viewers in order to get partner, and I only ever had 20. But then for that month, it would average out to a lot more, because that's so I can totally get why they wouldn't count them.
So let's start with, again, it's 2, sometimes 3, but occasionally 4 because of where you might be watching. If you're watching TV on one, a phone on another, and then you have 2 tabs on your PC, that might be 4. That probably relies on the context of the devices that you're watching on and your IP addresses and so forth. Of the devices that
This is how I picture all of you watching my stream, by the way. Okay? If you are in a beautiful, well-lit, like warm apartment with candles, your laptop is open to only being bright white, just shining on your face to make sure that that's there, and you're in your robe on your tummy. This is how the optimal viewing of Twitch, okay? And if you're not doing it this way, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, potato. Yeah. I have a ton of you. I just haven't given it anyway. That's not what you're doing, Sunshine? Come on. Oh, yeah, how am I supposed to type when I'm like that? You can't be a mod. Yeah, no, mods have to look a little different. No, this is for your average lurker. So Zach, this is how Zach watches stream, exactly. Optimal viewers could exactly. Optimal viewers are in the bathroom. Yeah, exactly. Forgot the glass of Shiraz and the double cream brie. Yes, with the red pepper jelly. Yes, that's delicious stuff.
you're watching on and your IP addresses and so forth. But actually, maybe it's more like 6 because you have
See, that
families
wouldn't everything.
and, yeah, they have their own Twitch accounts and they're watching streams on their own devices on their own
Yeah.
accounts. And in that case, Twitch probably considers the context of viewing habits or account activity as a key indicator. But actually, maybe it's more like 20 or 30 streams because you might be watching Twitch at a coffee shop or a school or a library, and other people are logged in and watching Twitch as well. So there's a whole bunch of other things that they have to consider there. And that kind of potential variation in viewership likely has dozens of other use cases, context, and other things to consider, such as TV and laptops and mobile devices and third-party players and embeds and so forth. There's just a ton of context that adds detail to that overall number.
Well, that's why the answer is 2.
If we go back to the most correct number for the vast majority of people, it's 2, sometimes 3.
It'll just be 2.
So that answers why it would be impossible for Twitch to say. There's just way too many details there. But let's say we live in a world where Twitch decide to make that all public, tell you exactly why, when, and where you count as a viewer. Maybe they even launch a thing on site that says you're counting as a viewer more than just the generalized view count that they already have. Well, now we're talking about the damaging aspect of that, because by giving out that kind of information in greater detail, they would effectively be handing out a blueprint to viewbotters on how their services need to act in order to not get caught.
Victory!
Which the creators would be even more damaged.
That was such a good timing. That was such good timing.
They would effectively be handing out a blueprint to viewbotters on how their services need to act in order to not get caught.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Sorry. That's just so funny. What a great piece of B-roll, right? He's sitting there typing away on his gamer PC in a room full of gamer PCs that are clearly somewhere. Where is he? I don't know where he is, but he's got like clearly a hacker. This is the most hacker looking thing ever. I don't know what he was typing or where, but once he got into the mainframe and he bypassed the firewall so he could be able to figure out his bot situation, he cheered loudly.
Which for creators would be even more damaging, and for the platform's future would probably end up resulting in its continued decline.
So sorry, just to sum it up here, I appreciate everybody is very, very anxious about their view counts. I know it's one of the most important things that streamers look at in terms of trying to understand, are they growing, are they getting bigger, are they more successful, etc. We care a lot about view counts too. There's a lot of things that go into, behind the scenes and getting accurate view counts. It's constantly audited. We're making adjustments. We're going to continue to make adjustments. We want you to feel good about the view counts. Just also consider there's many other factors that are out of your control. Seasonality.
Hey, nutshell.
People go back to school. I've mentioned this before. There's a lot here. We're continuing, and we're working on it. We'll continue to refine it. The other thing I should have mentioned earlier too is one thing that we noticed has happened in the community is a growing usage of a browser extension that automatically opens a live tab when somebody comes online, a live up comes live. And
can I just shout out to Samus for being the first person to actually use the actually? Love that. Thank you for doing that. That's great. Well done. I wish it was a little bigger, but what are you gonna do? So we're talking browser extensions that automatically go there, which I've thought about installing myself. I wonder what he's gonna say.
This tab when somebody comes online, a live up comes live, and this particular extension is actually quite harmful because it's going to result in more people having more live viewers open from a device than we're going to count. So I just be, what I think I would encourage people to do is if you're engaged in live in a channel, then, use that as focus on that versus this idea that you're somehow helping a streamer by having as many windows open as possible because
and I don't think what he's saying is malicious. I really don't, because somebody's gonna be like, well, we've been doing this forever and that's just how you help and you got to lurk. I don't know, man. Like, it's one thing to if you're not engaged with the streamer and you don't engage with the streamer and you never engage with the streamer, it's not something you do, but for some reason you feel the sense of obligation to throw a lurk in there because you want to help out. It's man, it's such a hard. I remember talking about this forever ago. On one side, you have the argument that like it's a supportive thing to do. It helps out the streamer. You believe in their mission and you want to do something. You'd watch if you could, but you can't right now. So here's my lurk. The other side of it is it's disingenuous. You're not actually part of it. You're not being part of the community. You aren't paying attention and you are misleading the numbers. You're misleading Twitch. You're misleading the advertising. You're misleading even the streamer to what their engagement is. Right. And I can kind of see maybe both sides, but does it help them? I don't know. I don't think so. What helps them is engagement, right? Like engaging with them in chat or saying hello or dropping in and like if you're there listening, like you're not supposed to call out lurkers. I get that. And the whole point is that there are a lot of people out there that are in a certain headspace or they're working or they're whatever, and they have you up as a form of like entertainment or a distraction or whatever. They're listening. They don't want to engage though. They're just there to kind of watch, and you don't call those people out. Totally get that. There's some people who are able to kind of multitask both back and forth. Other people are like zoned in and they're watching the thing. Yeah, totally cool. But if you're none of those things, you're not paying attention, you're not listening, you're not lurking, it's muted. It's like you're not like watching. It's muted and you're not there, then I don't think you should be a viewer, right? And that's my opinion. I've heard both sides, I guess, but like honestly, I don't think it's ad blocks are not owned by the main platform like Twitch, YouTube, but it has to be addressed similar with cheats and hacks in games. All they can do is make security game. Yeah, exactly. They're going to do their best, and it's not going to be able to catch everybody, and people and the bad guys are going to adapt, but they're trying to make it so they're honest. And I would say from their perspective, when they're like, hey, companies come advertise on our platform, and the company goes, well, how many people are on your platform? And they're like, well, anywhere between 2 million and 100 million. We're not sure how many of them are real. That would not lend itself well for them to be able to go, oh, okay, here's my money, right? You want to be able to give them solid, this is how many people watch your ads. This is how many people are participating. This is the conversion rate to people who are buying the stuff, things like that. And if it's all pretend, because nobody's actually watching Twitch, then that's bad. Hey, Augment, did you change your name back? Did you change your name back? I put people on it and I have it on the background so I don't lose focus. Yeah. And so for me, one of the reasons Donut died. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Well, I'm glad you're back. Now you got to change all your icons again. Jeepers. So the streamer that I watch only for Twitch drops, I'll just let them stream, keep playing so I can get the drops. Yeah. I that is a thing too, right? That's a very good point, right? But then you are technically engaged because you're actually trying to get something out of them that they're offering. So technically that's engagement. Kinda, sorta, I guess. Yeah. And I get that. I get that. Yeah, I don't know, man. But don't lose focus thing. I have a hard time streaming. I would love to lurk more and engage in whatnot. But if I'm in front of my computer and you're talking, I can't concentrate. My brain does not have enough RAM to listen to you and also do whatever the thing is in front of me. I just can't do it. So I will have you up and I will have you, I'll either be engaging completely and you have my rapt attention, or I'll have you on mute. And when I see something visible, all right, later, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks, Nutshell. Have a good one. And I see you do something that's interesting, I will tune back in. Like, what did you do? Okay, that's interesting. And then I'll say something. Like, it's just my own limitation. I really wish I could do something. Okay, yeah. In Game Boom Beach, there's a ranking for a certain mode of the game. Supercell had to hide who the matchmaking is, further restrict, hinder matchmaking manipulation. Yep. There have been a lot of games who ban this practice. Fortnite detects teaming or stream sniping or manipulating leaderboards, they would have to take action immediately. Yes, exactly. And there's always bad actors. That's like, it sucks. This is why we can't have nice things, you know?
You're actually not. While you're helping a streamer by actually engaging actively in these streams and paying attention to what's going on. Now, it isn't, we're counting more than one, to be clear. And I know there's very common behaviors where people modding or, you know, just consuming in multiple things. Live streaming isn't always interesting all the time. So sometimes you may want to hop around to different channels as things are going on. So certainly appreciate that behavior.
So what he's referring to there is the Twitch Lurker extension, which I've talked about ad nauseum over the last couple months to say, hey, this is probably a tool that is not going to be doing anybody any favors because it essentially is a view botting tool, but a humanized version of it. You run it on your as an extension in your overall browser, and it automates the experience of you being a viewer on Twitch. Well, automating the experience of you being a viewer on Twitch is just a kinder way of saying a view bot.
Bot is a view bot. Exactly.
Automation and viewership, those two don't really go hand in hand as it relates to Twitch. So I would strongly recommend that if any of you are using that tool or anybody in your community is using that tool, to describe.
I know for a fact that that with my channel, when I stream, that if people don't interact in an hour and 15 minutes, I lose them as a viewer. Oh, if there's nothing to react to, nothing to interact to, and there's nothing to keep their attention, so that why bother even putting anything in chat for a solid hour? Yeah, I would agree with that completely. I would say that that's true for 5 minutes. I don't know how definitive they're going to say this. I'll ask chat. That's what I'll ask. Okay, so how long does a stream have to be boring or unengaging before it's a Twitch stream, before you'll either switch to something else or you will decide that you're not going to come back to that stream, right? Because there are plenty of streams, like I will go try, and it usually the same thing. I'll go in and I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And I'll wait. I'll give it a good minute, 2 minutes, and I'll try again, and I'll say something else. And then if they don't say nothing, I'm gone, right? You get 2 tries if you don't engage. So, but if I'm there and they are not doing, you know, they're partnering around with their OBS, or they are, they're I don't know, not paying attention, they're on their phone, whatever, I don't know, things that I'm like, okay, I'm here to talk to you, and if you're not talking to me and you're not doing anything, then why are we here? I don't give much time. Maybe 5, not even 3, 4, 5 minutes. I don't know how many yours would be. I know it's fact of my sound like 30 minutes. You can tell the hit or miss there. I don't know, 30 minutes. So it is. If they don't chat and don't do anything, it's actually 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's no longer counts as oh, like you know that? Oh, I thought you were talking about engagement. I mean, so that would make sense if that, you know, that's one of the criteria for a bot, that they're on but they're doing literally nothing for an hour and 15 minutes, then, you know, they get kicked. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yes, and automating lurks I can see being not a great idea. Does it auto count a raid viewer? That's a good question. Because I've come back and found myself on the other side of the internet, you know, after leaving my computer on for 12 hours. All of a sudden I'm like, where am I? You know, new stream, 3 to 5 minutes. If they are usually good, 10 minutes, or I might tab them up if they're BRB. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Someone to keep you company during technical difficulties is actually huge, though. I don't disagree. I'm just talking from my perspective, right? So when I sit down here, and this might sound, I don't know how it's going to sound, but whatever. I have like 10 minutes at a time, man. That's what I get. I come in here and I work. Like it's like Devos, spin share, prep stream until like 11:55, sometimes 12:05. And then I'm on stream and I stream the entire time, maybe a break in the middle. Sometimes I forget. And then it's 4 o'clock. I go upstairs. I eat something. I say hello to the family. I come downstairs like yesterday. And I start doing post-stream stuff, whether that's downloading the video, editing the video, doing something else to do with like whatever that content is, or something I had to do, or a meeting. And then it's 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's time for me to get up because it's dinner time. Get up there, have dinner. And so I go from here, and then there's supper. And then after I'm done supper, you know, it's like, okay, that's it. Either everybody's gone and I come back down and I start doing a thing, and then I can chat with you. But more often than not, it's okay, now we're off to go do a thing. The kids want to do something, the family's going out to do something, they, whatever, we're talking, and it's gone. So I don't have I can't sit here for 30 minutes. I don't have 30 minutes. It's just not the way it is. And by the time it's 9 p.m. at night, right, maybe I can come in here and kind of chat with you for a little bit, but you better be interesting and you better be engaging or have a really good something going on, because if you're just boring, then I don't have the stick-to-itiveness to stay with you. I'm here, gimme. That sounds really terrible. If that sounds terrible to you, I apologize. But that's just for me. Like, I don't have the wherewithal to be able to sit with boring people that aren't doing anything, that aren't, engaging, that aren't, whatever. That's, I don't know. That's just me. Maybe that's mean. Okay, we'll keep going here. Almost done.
Encourage them from doing so, because it sounds like that tool as a whole probably doesn't count you as a viewer once they recognize that your account is doing view body things. In any case, let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to click like and subscribe, and hit that hype button. If we can get, 6,000 hypes, I don't actually know how it works. I think you get like 2,000 hypes a day. That'd be like 6 people.
Do I get a hype?
4 people, 3 people? Wow, my math is bad. Forget it. Thanks so much for watching.
Is there a hype button? Do I have a hype button? Thanks, clip, save, report. I'm probably not cool enough for a hype button. Am I? No, I don't even know where that is. I don't have, I don't have it. I have a join. I have a thumbs up. I got nothing. What's ask? You need to have your brain stimulated. It's not brain stimulated. It's I have a very limited amount of time to be able to do something. And if I want to engage with you, I want to engage with you. And so therefore I'm here for a purpose. I want us to come say hello. I want you to say hello to me. I want to figure out what's going on with your day, or vice versa. And, or watch you do a thing online that is actually engaging or interesting or something. And if I don't, and if it's not that, I'm going to go find someone else, because I'm not going to sit here and just watch you run through a field or hit the, click the fight button without saying anything. Like, I can't do it. Other people can. Other people, it's totally fine. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, I want to engage with you. I want to spend time with you. I want to say hello, and I want you to say hello back. That's what Twitch is about for me, right? Is that why you're never in my chat? I'm boring. I'm never in your chat because you were up streaming when I'm done. The day is over. I wish, there are times I wish, and I was just reading this in 1 Corinthians the other day, and that is about singles, right? About singles in the in the church community, and where Paul's like, this isn't a rule, this isn't, God's not saying this, but if you're single, you can do a lot more for the kingdom of God than if you have a family and you're married. I wish there were more people that were just dedicated to serving God and serving the church or whatever, because they didn't have to worry about their family. However, if you worry about your family, gonna be stuff, man. Gonna be stuff that you're gonna be divided, especially if you have kids. Especially if you have kids and you have a work and you have a family and all that stuff. Oftentimes I thought, man, I really, if I didn't have a family, if I didn't have, wife, kids, if I didn't have house and especially, because we got a bunch of stuff going on out there. You guys know about it. You've read the stuff on my blog, so what kind of craziness is happening outside the door. Then I would love to be able to sit here and be like, I would enjoy hanging out with you guys. That'd be great. Can't think of anything I'd rather do. And just kind of sit here, do things, write, hang out. I don't have that. I am just go, or I fall apart. and there's nothing left in the tank. So don't take it personal. Yeah, I don't even. You don't see the hype feature either. Maybe it's not a. I don't know what that is. Runs your appeal to just chatting unless you're needlessly epic commentary. Yeah, exactly. Right. If that's the comment, like for example, Minecraft. Minecraft is a great example of a game that if you're doing Minecraft, not like some modded stuff or some kind of weird adventure thing, that's a just chatting stream. Right. That's a just chatting stream. Unless you're doing ASMR or you're doing some kind of like, I don't know, something that is bringing value that isn't talk, then Minecraft is just chatting stream, right? A puzzle, like if you're playing Blueprints or you're playing, you know, any other puzzle game, I think it's Samus, right? Because she plays puzzle games. If you're doing that, then the engagement is let's solve the puzzle together. Let me see how you solve the puzzle. You know, that's engagement. That's the game. Even if you're sitting there thinking like, what are we gonna do? How do we do this one? I'm a little lost. Let's go back. That's content. That's your engagement. You're part of the process. But if it's just passive, or you just putting down blocks, and you better have stuff to say, and you better be looking at chat. Yeah, you're not allowed to leave stream, Sunshine. Just don't do it. I want rapt attention or nothing. Because when I stream, the day is done, so hanging out streams is work. Yeah. Yes. The okay, later I'm out. She just leaves. Okay, fine. I won't come back. River, hey, one sec, River. So is for me personally, is streaming work or watching work? Yeah, it is. When I first started streaming, when I started streaming, day one, I'd never watched a stream before. Okay. I went from I only watch YouTube and edited content to Twitch streamer. Then I started watching Twitch streamers. Okay. And again, I do everything wrong, so don't do things my way. I do everything wrong. And so when I engage, like when I'm sitting here, it is because I carved time out to be here. I'm taking time away from something in order to be on your stream. Let's put it that way. If I'm able to be on stream, it is because I took that time from someone else. Okay. Yeah, not the recommended method. I agree. Yeah. And then I spent 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for months trying to figure the thing out. So don't do it my way. And I'm not even exaggerating. I did. Because there's someone I'm disappointing. Okay. And that sounds a little extreme, but it's also true. My daughter has something she wants me to do or talk about or to engage with or go to. My son has something he wants to talk about, go to, or do together. My other daughter needs me to do something, go get her, whatever. My wife, I haven't seen her all day. I'm supposed to have a conversation with her and have whatever before she goes to sleep. Which is sometimes, kind of early. So, or for that matter, I've showed you my schedule, man. Just the content creator side of what I do, just the content creator side is 47 hours a week, right? When I add in doing the extras around it, like prepping and be able to actually put together like a video or whatever, it's 63 hours a week. And that's not even doing taco stuff. That not even any meetings in there, man. Like you add a meeting after stream. You add a meeting. You know, you add the Friday taco stream. You know, I'm pushing 70 hours sometimes. Okay, so I'm taking from something to be in your stream on purpose. Somebody's disappointed in my life, whether it be the person I promised the project to, the person that is my family member, or taco board, or my own stream content and the people that I'm supposed to be providing content to. Somebody's going to be disappointed because I am doing something else, and you might say that that's the problem, and like me being anxious and stuff, and it kind of is. I know that's not a great way to look at it, but if I'm on your stream, it's because I want to be there, and because I've carved time out to be there, and because I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be part of it. And because if I'm lurking on the side, I'm doing something else, and I can't concentrate when you're yapping in my ear. I want to watch you. I want to be engaged. So does that make sense? I don't know if I'm a terrible person for saying it that way. And I know that I'm not the exception. I know other people have families and whatnot. I've seen these other people that, you know, I don't have a partner who helps. So I'm doing a lot. I cook, you know, I do laundry. My life is a lot. I really wish I could spend more time hanging out. Like Sam's is a great example, right? Hey, you want to play a game? I'd love to. And we've never played a game. We went once. I think we played one game together in the entire time that I've known her. We played Portal 2, like one time. Not because I don't like Samus or don't want to play. It's just, I don't have, you know, anything. No extra. There's no wiggle room. There's no, and I'm tired. And I'm old and tired. And I'm old and tired. That's not a good excuse. Okay, River said something forever ago. Well, I understand the non-single have less time. I have seen that get abused because obviously there's nothing better to do than take all the things that non-singles can do. Yeah, exactly. There's two things that we get wrong with singles in the church. One is give them all the work because they have nothing better to do. And the other one is assume they all want and need to be married. That the only way that you can be a Christian is also one who is married. And so therefore you don't have singles ministry. You have places to meet the other's opposite sex ministry disguised as a Bible study. Yeah. Funny, I was just talking to my buddy, says Sleepy Shepherd, Sleepy. I was just talking to my buddy about how we need to be okay with disappointing people. Yeah, and you are. I'm inevitably going to disappoint somebody. It is just the way the world works. You've only got so much you to go around. Slay has made me a sandwich, coffee, cleaned all the snow off the truck, and I'm probably going to brush my hair. I'm very thankful for it. Oh, isn't that nice? That's nice. It's nice to have a partner who does stuff like that. Yeah, tired. Old, cranky, and tired. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. After stream, I'm old, cranky, and tired. Kirk says, too many good games. I keep taking up all your time with new releases. Feel like your video game drug dealer. You are my video game drug dealer. Because not only do you only recommend you only recommend gotchas, the most addictive of games. Here's not just a game to play. Here is a lifestyle that requires homework. Good luck. Yeah. Although I'm really digging Where Winds Meet. I really am. I'm really digging it. It's a really pretty game. I think what makes up for the fact that it's a quote unquote gotcha is the fact that I could do it by myself. Not true of Destiny. And it's really cool looking. Really cool looking. I don't like how single ministries is also find some ministries. Exactly. It's tempting at all times to be like, well, it's just easier if you know, like you said, you're lonely, so go find a person. But not everybody's built that way. And that's, and as long as we understand that, as long as we understand that, that's okay. They're not to be exploited. Exploit them a little, you know. because they still like doing things. Singles, I mean, but at the same time, like, not everything is about meeting people. Like, when you gonna get, if every time you see the person, when are you gonna get married? Are you married yet? You meet a girl, you well, etc. You just, that you're so pigeonholing that person, and so they have no other life outside of, once life will start once they get a girl or a guy. That's not true. They have rich and wonderful interests. Ask about that instead. I forgot it was a gotcha, right? Yeah, that's the part I like about it the best, is that it's a gotcha that doesn't gotcha much, which isn't true about the last one I played. What was I can't remember what I played it for, like a minute. Remember the last one you recommended? I got a laser sword. Anyway, I played that for a bit, and then I just never went back. I'm like, it's kind of fun, but it was a gotcha. It was the gotcha without a gotcha, and then it had a whole bunch of gotcha in it, which I was like, meh. Single miniatures turn into women, men suck vent groups too, or they police modesty at the church. Oh, that's an interesting line. Why did you put ministries, single ministries, not miniatures? Ministries turn into women, men and women suck vent groups a lot too. Yeah, if you get a bunch together. Same thing with divorce ministry stuff, or, you know, it can be like, let's just sit here and bash whatever the opposite sex is. You got to be careful, and that's why they need a good leader. Hannah said, it's like there's two different speeds of people now. One, say yes to everything and end up disappointing someone and overworking yourself. Two, set boundaries and only prioritize your wants and needs and what benefits you, and don't care about what other people need. Yeah, you're right. And there's the sacrificial hearted person that has boundaries, right? That also has Sabbath, that also does self-care, but also know when to stop the self-care because someone else needs them. And it's a time for them to, you know, give. Yeah, that is it's hard to balance. Because everybody's doing it, you know, like, you're going to err one way or the other. I give too much of myself, so I need better boundaries. Or I'm selfish and lazy, and so I need to get out and serve more people. Or, you know, I emotionally connect to people too much, and it's just really heavy for me, and so I'm kind of protecting myself. Or I want to get in everybody's business because I want to know everything because I'm a gossip. And I know that's a bad thing, so I'm trying not to, you know, do that. Like, we all struggle. It's hard to do. Ransom said, my personal experience with single ministries is that A, they're often well populated with embittered divorcees, or B, their one focus is on being single. I'm single, but I don't define my, yeah, it's not exactly right. Like, that's a single ministry where we talk about being single because you're single, and let's talk about being single. Yeah, I've never been part of one. I've been married or with my mother. Those are the two things I've been my whole life. I never had a on my own. I had an on my own for 8 months when I was in Calgary, and it was terrible. And so, but other than that, I've been married forever, or taken care of by my mother. So therefore, yeah, no, I never did a single ministry. It was never a thing. Duet database, that's what it was called. I always hated when my aunts would come up to me after weddings, pinch my cheeks, and say, "You're next." They stopped doing it after they did the same thing to them. After funerals. That's funny. And well deserved. Duet database was such a disappointment. It was such a huge miss. Was it really? That's too bad. I thought it was kind of cool. It wasn't particularly unique, but it had a, you know, kind of vibe. It was kind of interesting. I could have kept playing. I gave it 99 cents so I could get a lightsaber. People rely way too much on volunteers and don't create sustainable models that work independent of that superstar person. Yeah, well, I mean, you need a leader. I've said it this way. Every ministry needs a Moses. You need to have somebody in charge, somebody with a vision, somebody willing to put in the work, somebody willing to sacrifice, somebody willing to stand up for the mission and things like that, tell people to get lost when they need to. You need one for all your ministries. If it's someone who doesn't want to be there, or they don't care about it, or they care about it, but they don't really, you know, they're not strong enough to defend it or lead it or whatever, you're going to have a weak ministry. So you still need somebody who's the, you know, quote unquote superstar or whatever. But if it's about them, then it becomes you know, not good. Not good. You know, we all know people who have been part of personality cults that you know, like, they can fail. They are bad sometimes. You gotta not believe only in them. Euclid says, I'm a recovering say yes to everything person. Sometimes I feel people might think I don't care, but really I just need to focus on things I prioritize, not all of which are public knowledge. Yeah, that's another thing, right? Like there's a lot of stuff going on that I can't tell you about, and that takes my time. And I always feel guilty that I'm not spending more time hanging out on stream with people. I really do. I want to play video games with friends that aren't only on stream. I want to, you know, but at the same time, I've got so much going on that I'm, like I said, I'm always letting someone down, including myself. Greg says, sorry for recommending that one. I did it before I actually tried it, and then I realized a few hours into it, I wasn't polished enough. It definitely wasn't polished enough, but I still think it had a little bit of charm. It wasn't terrible, but I'm a pretty easy sell when it comes to waifus. Also been in and out of deep depression and have mostly moved on to the opposite extreme. Well, and you have to, like, there are times, like I said, there are times where you have to protect yourself because you're in that mode. And there's times where you need to give of yourself, even if you don't want to, because you're needed, right? You have the strength that other people lack, so you're needed. So that, and you're going to waffle between the two. I feel healthy enough to serve and to give and to take care of people. And it's going to make me tired, and it's going to make me emotionally, vulnerable and exhausted because I'm giving. And then you're going to be like, okay, but now I'm in a season of life where I need to be fed. I need to be, people need to serve me. I need to be taken care of. I need, some space and time. And it's hard. Like if you're this person that's always giving, to cut it out and kind of go, you know what? No, I'm going to get out of all those committees and off of those, jobs and away from those ministries and away from that helping, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take care of myself for a little while. It's hard to do. And vice versa. Once you're kind of self-focused and when do you feel better? When do you feel better enough that you're going to be like starting to give of yourself? It's hard to know, because you always feel a little bit vulnerable and a little bit tired and a little bit off and a little bit sad and a little bit whatever. It's like, when are you good enough to keep going to the next servant job? Yeah, it's hard to know. River says, the worst was when I had ladies trying to hook me up with their daughters, but their daughters were 5-10 younger than me. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how old you were, but like 5 years isn't the worst, unless you're 17. Which case, no. That's bad. But if you're 30, that's not so bad. But sorry, Kirk said that Moses needs to have a ministry work with them, though, be training their replacement the entire time. Well, yeah, every Moses needs an Aaron, right? Not that he was a replacement. Every Moses needs a someone. Or, yeah, I guess not an Aaron. That would be a Joshua. Yeah, I've been that person in some situations. Relied on high expectations. It is stressful, and you should be, right? We not everything is about filling us. Our life, we're meant to be servants of all, and that means we're going to be giving of self. It should be occasionally at times more than we have, because we're dependent on God, and it's a big situation. You can't live there though. You'll crack. You need to be served too, right? Once you let us down, you actually do great. Regular schedule and good content. So consistent. I've been trying to be consistent. I really feel like my content hasn't been consistent. I've been all over the freaking map with my content. Trying to be consistent is hard for me, because life is inconsistent outside the door, and I end up getting just beat down and tired. Personality culture insufferable for a reason. They only want money in return for parasocial exchange. You could be rewarded, but when you're being hunted. Well, there are church ministries that do that too. People who set themselves up because of their own ego, because of their own, whatever. They run the ministry. The ministry is about them. The ministry focuses on them. Everybody be like me. Everybody has to do things that are like me. Anybody who's different than me, or any ministry that threatens my ministry must die. That kind of thing. Like men's ministry, where the dude is like super hyper alpha male bro that, he only watches, Jordan Peterson and Band of Brothers. That's it. That's all he knows. And so anybody outside of that, any kind of person who is not into sports, not into trucks, not into, like crying because they had a bad relationship with their dad or whatever, doesn't fit the model. So therefore you're not allowed to come, and you're meant to feel bad. So get lost. And like, that's hard. It's hard because not everybody's like that. In fact, there's a lot of people who aren't like that. Bonanza, I chose to make a public announcement about Noah and I because I knew it was going to affect my ability to make content, and I didn't want to make people think I was just falling off the face of the earth. I allowed comments for the first 48 hours or so on Instagram. I got some nasty ones like, this is probably why he wants to leave. And look at your profile. I see why. That's mean. The internet sucks, man. Nobody said anything about my tooth yet, though. So I feel good about that. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 40 comments. But yeah, exactly. And like that whole 10% ratio, like 90% of the comments can be nice, but the one that sticks in your brain is going to be the mean one. Yeah, it's so dumb. Isn't that awful? Yeah, it's so terrible. Girk, oh no, that's so bad. Where did you go again? I just want to know where I need to avoid. None of the local church get me at all. And then hopefully we're trying to turn that around. I'm really excited about the potential that I have at my own home church, for the potential to be able to make digital ministries real and to be nerd friendly and to create nerd based stuff, at the church. Yeah, I've got big visions. Like, didn't you just say you're crazy busy and that you finally learned how to do Sunday as a break, and you're going to turn Sunday into a time where you're creating a brand new ministry? Yes, I did. Why? Because I feel like this is my next phase that God wants me to do. Does that mean it's going to have to take from me from other places? Yes. What about all the people that want you to speak at conferences and stuff? I don't know. What about this experiment you just said you're going to do for 90 days? Where you're going to try to grow on short form platforms and bring them over to Twitch so you can learn how to do that for others? I don't know. I don't know. What if life gets harder and people need you I don't know. I don't know. Bandit Brothers, you said those guys are very realistic, not psycho action heroes. No, I'm just saying that the Bandit Brothers, like, people who watch that are inspired by it. It's a good thing. But there are more male types than that. What if it's a male artist? What if it's male musician? What if it's male, damage person? What if it's someone who, likes fashion or is sensitive or really good at, talking or, whatever? Like, a lot of dudes don't fit at the men's group. I'm one of them. How about that truck /farm /hockey game /weather I don't know. I don't care about any of that stuff. Yeah. All right. 2:30. I think I've sufficiently made myself embarrassed. I don't know how I ended up going down that road. It was meant to be encouraging. I didn't mean to be discouraging. Forgive me. It's my own baggage. You don't need to carry it. I'm going to take a quick little break here, and we're going to come back. The plan is to jump into Where Winds Meet. We're just going to wander around and torture Gherkenstiel as he watches me play and is like, "You're doing it all wrong. Did you not change this mechanic? Didn't you know that if you upgrade this, you could actually..." And I'll be like, "I did not know that, Gherkenstiel, because there's 10,000 things to know about this game. And every time I do something, it shows me another tutorial." Just got the ability to steal stuff like an hour ago. And I've been playing for 20. I'm doing it all wrong. So yeah, let's torture Gherkenstiel after this. And other than that, do !YouTube. I think I posted a really good video yesterday. I know the conversation we had yesterday was kind of rambly, like the actual, XtianNinja conversation, but I edited it down into like 10 minutes of pretty good stuff. So !YouTube, please by all means follow me over there. Also, share it with some friends. I think it could be all right. I'm gonna try doing that. Second ! Tell a friend. Best thing you can do right now is to tell a friend I exist. and that Taco exists and that we're trying to serve people. It's incredibly helpful to do word of mouth. That's what really grows. Discovery is great, but word of mouth is really helpful. And then I don't know what else. Exclamation point, mission burst. Let's try that one. There's your third one. Exclamation point, mission burst, and then talk amongst yourself. It's like how events would be advertised as manly in trucks and grills and such. Like that's all men are. Like when we talk about pretty stuff and cry, exactly. I don't fit the man mold. I've long decided that. That's okay because I was in charge of a lot of stuff. So there. All right, I'll see you soon. Where's the pause button? There it is. My bad. Sorry about that, dudes. Epic Ghost named Dave. Welcome to my collection. I really wish it could remember, you know? Like, I wanted to be able to put something in chat, which is impossible, apparently. It doesn't work that way when it comes to the program that I wrote or used. And the other side of it is I wish it would remember what your collection was. Wouldn't that be cool? If you could, like, have it, like, exclamation point collection, and it would just tell you all of the things that you had. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it would have to be hosted locally instead of on the web, on the stream elements, you know. Incidentally, if anybody wants to use that, I can send it to you. Feel free. You can have the exact same gotcha I have on your stream. 6%? I don't know, man. That sounds wrong. There we go. He asked my 2 favorite movie franchises for Christmas, and I don't know how to answer. Well, you know why you don't know how to answer? Because they probably ruined them in the last 10 years. It would have been an easy answer 10, 12, 15 years ago. And now you're like, I don't know. They ruined Indiana Jones, and they ruined Star Wars, and they ruined Star Trek, and they ruined Ghostbusters, and they ruined, like, they just ruined them all. Everything sucks now. He said as a grumpy old man. Maybe I am a grumpy old man. Go anime. Just go anime. Be like, I want something from Solo Leveling. You know? Give me a cool thing from Naruto or something. All right, I don't know what that is, but I haven't got there yet. You know what we should do today? Here's what the plan is today. It's a boring plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. Remember how we talked about how running through a field is incredibly boring? We're just gonna turn on the map. That's what we're gonna do. So let's. Oh, that was pretty. Oh, video games, dude. Look at that. This is a beautiful game. Hold on, waifu's facing the wrong way. There we go. Look at that. Video games. Am I right? Son of a gun. That's nuts. Let's just stand here and look at this for a little while. Crazy. You should have seen the land that I went to for some kind of I don't know, it's some kind of a boss fight. It's all red and floaty and creepy. It was so cool. But this is just like a normal spot. This is like where you land in the game. You know, this I don't know what it would be the equivalent in Breath of the Wild. You know, that first field you kind of land in when you fall out of off the cliff. That's where we are. Babylon 5 hasn't been ruined yet. I guess that's true. It's just been a little while. All right. Oh, look. I've never seen that before. Let's go see what that's all about. What's your deal? Literally never seen you before.
Young master.
What? And you can call me mistress. Where'd they go? There they are. Where do you end up? On a string. There you are, on a rope. Can I touch the rope? Can I cut the rope? Wouldn't that be funny? Contemplate plays, but I'm trying to finish it. Dude, this is quite a thing. There's lots to do and lots to know, so yeah, I would say that you finish whatever you're doing first, because this is like, once you've started tutorialing, you have to keep playing. You'll forget everything if you don't. All right, so we're gonna go some places that we haven't been. I'm gonna go here. I think this is the Wayfarer. So this is how you get the map to open. Let's just go to these places, because I have not even opened all the map yet. We'll see if we can find adventure on the way. Look at her go. In her clothes, nonetheless. And I bet when she gets out, she is dry as a bone. Find friends? Maybe. Did I almost drown? Mysterious man. Feels kind of cool to whatever. You know, we're looking for, we're gonna do one of my famous Minecraft wander across the fields while talking streams. Such a pretty game. I haven't seen any of this stuff. Ooh, hello. Where do you go? Lead the way, butterflies. Sometimes these butterflies try to get me killed. Like, I'm just like, oh, this is fun. And then there's a freaking bear. But sometimes you get a little cool thing. You do the Mario jump. Isn't that fun? Neither Bodhi nor heresy need we define. Clinging to labels breed delusion. That's the sign. Stop making haikus rhyme, I say. It's a crime, I say. Load faster, game. Okay. And then all of a sudden became this time of day. That sucks. I meditated so long it started raining. All right, there's some dudes over here I gotta go kill. Just has to happen. I apologize, but that's okay. I can probably sneak over and murder one of them completely off their face. Go this way. Ooh, he's a biggin. He's a biggin. They're big guys. Don't look at me. Nobody here to look at. That's big dudes. I may not. Oh, yeah, all right, fine. You fight with saws? That's your thing, is hitting people with saws? That's rude. All right, well, take that. Ow. Oh, he also throws saws. That was the part where I die? Ow. Double ow. There, one down. Got the big guy. That's what matters. You know, these other phones can just up and die. They say getting to know someone's parents help you see what they'll be when they're married. If they were abused and trying to do better. That factors in, dude. Absolutely. It's widely known that if someone is abused, that they're going to struggle with having, you know, not that they're going to be abusers, but they're going to struggle with discipline. They're going to struggle with, like, if you have kids, how they're going to deal with it. They're either going to overcompensate one way or the other, you know. So I would say it still counts, man. Don't just color them with a singular brush and go, you know, because you're abused, then, you know, I'm not gonna date you or whatever. But walk in eyes open and go, this dude has, you know, presumably this dude has had a past. How much counseling have they had? How much have they been dealing with this? Like, what tendencies do I see in them? It's not a no-go, but it is a factor. So it's worth talking about, like, especially when it comes to if you're going to, you know, rear children, or you're going to be talking about, if you guys get serious, because at some point you're going to have a fight. At some point you're going to have a disagreement, and it's going to be a knockdown, drag out kind of thing. And that's where the potentially bad stuff could come. And if you guys have talked about it in advance, being like, no, I used to struggle with, and I had a conversation, and I have a counselor, and I got the right meds or whatever jazz. Then, yeah, I would say don't, you know, you don't just get rid of a guy because he has a rough past. We believe, if there's one thing we believe as Christians, it's in the power of not only reconciliation, but in that God can change lives and hearts, like that people can be very different because of God's work in their life. So let's believe in that, you know, but also let's not be naive. You gonna teach me anything there, Sen? Oh, did I meet him already? Blah. I think that counts for us too, right? So on the other side, if we are victims of abuse, like we're people who have faced trouble, recognize that we bring some stuff to the table also, right? We may not, or the way we parent, the way that we stress out, the way that we got some stuff too. Maybe we got some baggage we got to deal with. All right, give me your map, or your map or your life. Ends of the earth inches apart. There are many dangerous places in this area. Travelers face unexpected perils. Sent for both wanderers. May this map of Sunderland help you on your journey. Thanks. Chingha. I learned the Q means cha. We opened up Chingha. Where to next? That's a long way. What? Okay. Where am I headed? I'm tracking it. Oh, it's a very long way that way. Okay. Oh, it's just right there. And I can't get over here unless I've gone there. Is that how that works? Okay. We'll do that then. Hi, Ledgate. Maybe we should climb it this way first. Sometimes I feel like I've overcome my abuse. Sometimes I feel like it colors. It does. It like that's not a necessarily a negative thing. Recognizing it does color your life. This is a thing you struggle with. This is a thing you're going to continue to deal with. It's not just going to go away, right? But it doesn't have to. Whoa, is that someone's missing? Are you missing a head, bro? All right. What happened there? Like it will color your life. Question is, what will it change? How will it because it could color your life where I'm more sensitive to this stuff. I minister to people like this. I have a special sensitivity to folks who have been through this, and therefore I can help them and communicate in a way that others can't. That's a color, right? Finally got something of an evening, and we'll be playing with my husband. Lovely. Lovely. I hope you're not bad, guys, because I'm not going to deal with you. I'm going up, but that little arrow is down, so hopefully that leads somewhere. Yeah, it's not, like I said, none of this is deal breaker. I think that's the most critical part to remember, is that you're not hitting a because you've been through tough stuff doesn't mean that you are going to be permanently damaged forever and nobody can ever love you. Clearly. But it does mean that you bring something to the table. Yeah, I know it wants to start a story, but I don't want to start a story. I just want to go do this thing. We're just trying to open up a map, man. Ooh. I bet I'd die if I tried to go down there. Here's something. Oh, whoa, it's a bear. Hi, bear. Something fun? Bears are dumb. Did you see how Brock Lesnar high masked his autism by shoulder rolling backwards after tripping on his cowboy boot heel? No? What is that? So I don't know how autism and tripping are connected, but Brock Lesnar? That's a big boy. Joint battle. No. I don't want to fight marijuana today. Whoop, no, down. Down, girl. That looks like a bad guy. A level 25 bad guy. Another bad guy. Maybe this isn't the best road to be on. I'm way over here. Wow, that's crazy, man. I am nowhere near where I need to be. I could have tried to teleport. Cross a river, go over. I don't want to go over here. I want to go over here. But it won't let me. Oh, because you absolutely have to do the adventure first. Okay, well, whatever. Sure. All this and in heels. I think. Nope, flat feet. This is pretty. I like it here. What's that burning under the pear blossom tree? There's smoke everywhere. I need to put that fire out before it spreads. Fire! Fire! Where? I am obviously blind to the situation. Ooh, all right. Are you on fire? No, you are chickens. Are you on? Who's on fire? Who's on? What's on fire? Blissful Retreat. Oh, that sounds like a nice place.
Dismount and join us.
No.
The Drunken Immortal Month celebrations await. Come taste parting tears during the Drunken Immortal Month.
Drunken Immortal Month. What a thing, man. Isn't it pretty? I cut down your trees. I'm gonna get yelled at. I broke your pots. They're very nice, aren't they? They're really pretty. Like everything here, that the big white ones there, yeah, they're cool. All right, high ground. I gotta go up. That's easy enough to do. Climbing mountains is my speciality. Okay. Hello, Ruby.
So, did our brave heroine Ruby take good care of the caravan folks?
You betcha. Not a hair on Uncle Guang's head was hurt. But he did send me to fetch you. Said he needed to
Video
talk to
games.
you.
Talk to me. But I need to get these copies to Aunt Han before tonight. Tell you what, Ruby. Lend me a hand with these copies, and I'll take you to meet a real hero.
We manipulate Ruby nonstop.
I'm not falling for it again. You said it'd save Auntie Han together. But when I came back, the bad guys were already gone.
I'm telling the truth. You know Killer Blade from Tales of Great Heroes, right? I actually made friends with him just earlier.
That's true, we did.
Wait, really? Killer Blade? The one from the storybook who rides a big horse and swings a giant blade?
That's right. Come on, you know me. Would I ever lie to you about something this important?
Fine then. I'll help. Our handwriting's equally terrible anyway.
I write in the style of a cursive master. You just scribble. All right then. I'll be back later and bring you to meet that hero.
Okay. I'm gonna go in that room and steal everything now. It's, you know what? You gotta. Yeah, I get it. Comb hair. Okay. Combing hair. Engaging hair comb. Inspecting hair. This is a nice style. I like this style. It's very, you know, I'm ready to go. This one's kind of cool. Very messy. I'll pull back, but you know what? Ponytail? Not terrible. Where's Ponytail? Hold on. Uh-oh. Did I lose it? Crud. Where'd it go? There it is. See, it's gold standard. This is a gold standard haircut. Just the best possible of haircuts. Sounds like the Barbie movie. I have a really low expectations of voice actors. I watch a lot of trash anime, and if I was upset by all the bad voice acting, I'd never watch it. Anything. I get over it, man. You just gotta be like, man, that's just how they talk.
Oops, I mean young wanderer.
You mean young mistress? I can't have gold standard hair that's 3 feet long. That's true. Also, you need to use your sword to hold it up.
Don't flatter me. You needed something?
Oof.
Well, you see, as merchants we buy and we sell.
Yep.
But this time the bandits took everything.
Bummer.
If I go back empty-handed, my creditors will tear me apart. Could you lend me a jar of parting tears? Just one
Parting
jar.
tears is like wine.
With that,
Booze.
I could earn back my capital.
Lend you?
That hard up, eh?
Young
How do you
master,
lend someone
consider
wine?
your good deed. Besides, though my goods are gone, I could offer information. After all, I traveled with that horse dancer for several days.
I killed the horse dancer. He's super dead. Lend him a jar, give him a jar. Bible says never lend, only give. So we'll do Bible stuff.
Lend you a jar? Take one as a gift. Go to Blissful Retreat and say it's from me.
Ah, many thanks.
Easy to lend wine? I don't think so. Like, what are you gonna do? What? Tell me what you know, or I'll run you through.
So tell me, what else do you know?
You know how unsafe the roads are now. I didn't want to waste money hiring fighters, so I just needed someone to travel with.
Genius.
That horse dancer joined us at the western post station. I noticed right away that his horse's hooves had glowing powder on them. There was also a woman at the station with the same powder on her shoes.
Ooh. I don't know what that means.
A woman?
Yes,
Women?
the kind who's beautiful and pitiful. Like a pear blossom. If you meet her, you'll recognize her.
Just like we're someone who's beautiful and pitiful.
That's all I know.
Okay,
This might not be reliable, but I should tell Aunt Han anyway.
sure. Let's go find a beautiful, pitiful person. Huh. That is a decorative hole. Who knew? Or it's a very clean window. This skylight just could be like really, really, really clear. Oh, that's just a really good skylight. Okay. Oh, wine. W-H-I-N-E. Ah, I see. I think there's probably something here for me. Like a broken mirror. Heavy updraft. Yeah, maybe. Man, they put a lot of work into making this game look good. Jeepers. There are not very many. I mean, I've seen some really pretty games, but I play such simple stuff usually, and usually like really easily consumable and gotcha and stuff that I'm usually not, it's not that impressive. This is really quite impressive. Hello.
Something was clearly off about that horse dancer. What would someone like that be doing with a bunch of common riffraff?
They're all dead now. What's left to say?
Music's too loud again. Unbelievable. Why is it always like that? Every game.
Water again? I've cut my way here from the border and you can't even offer me a bowl of wine? Ugh.
Ah! Ah! Man noise.
Stop looking for medicine. Just tell me Zhang's secret and I'll be on my way.
All black and blue, and still won't take medicine. Jiang Wulong's secret? What secret?
Jing Chuan told me. He said if I mentioned it to you, you'd know.
He says lots of things. Just because he says I know something, I should know it. Jiang disappeared several years ago. Why does he not find the man and ask him himself?
Are you serious? But you said go to Heaven's Pier, find Madame Han, and get Jiang Wulong's secret. Come on, think.
What's the rush? That great cause of yours again? Well, why did he not come himself? He can't even ask properly.
He can't come.
I killed him to death.
Too ashamed to face me? Or is it that those fools at Well of Heaven?
He's not at Well of Heaven. He went some time ago to Blackwater City.
Blackwater City?
Dum dum dum.
Didn't you say everyone there was...
Dead? Ghosts?
Dead?
I don't know.
Yes.
So, He won't be coming anymore.
Maybe. And then Chinese.
With moonlit flowers, happy we were indeed, right at this moment.
There's no time for this. Think! What could that secret be? Chu wouldn't have sent me to you without reason.
What secret? The man only had a rundown old shack. What secret could a rundown shack hold?
Let's go to the
One
rundown
after
shack.
Another, they died left and right. Death was on his doorstep, and he walked right through. So brave and heroic. Why should I care about him? Before his death, he left half a message for someone to find something. Why should I be the one to find it?
Wow, she seems
Am I supposed to remember everything about him?
upset. I think she might have liked that guy.
Jiang's old shack is right there. You can search it for all I care.
Oh.
In this world, no one waits forever. If they have found this place, I suppose we cannot stay in Heaven's Pier anymore.
Did her makeup change? I don't think so. First things first, we're turning down the music because, nope. Audio. It's already turned down. Crazy, man. That's wild. Voice up. There we go. What background audio? When enabled, the game audio will continue to play. Oh, when the game runs in the background. Oh, okay. Cool. That makes sense. All right, let's go talk to this dingus. Hey, dingus.
What did you tell Aunt Han to make her so sad?
You jerk.
Some things that can't be changed. Where is Zhang's house?
South of the General Shrine, in the bamboo grove. Hey, what's going on? No, I should check on Aunt Han first.
See, he told you he was a jerk. What a jerk, that jerk. Wow, she made tracks. She's half a kilometer away. I'm just gonna run through the water like a psycho. Boing, boing. There. That's what normal people do. Hey, gentlemen. Ah, he dropped his thingy. I'll make you drop your thingy. Bonk. You too. Bonk. What? You got a problem with me? Huh? Do ya? You gonna pick up another thing? Oh, he did pick up another thing. Oh, that's cool. No, you too. Bonk. Oh, hold on. Bonk. That's fun. That's fun. Video games, am I right? Ball. Pretend ball. Interesting. All right, let's find out hung, Han, on. In this land of drippy, drippy, drippy waters.
Madam, this is the last jar. You're really pouring out all the wine? It's been aging for over 10 years.
Do it. No one will come anymore. What use is there in keeping it?
Uh-oh, she caught the depression.
I've taken care of everything. We've told everyone at the pier. It's just... we planned to say it at the first jar banquet, and now the sudden change has everyone flustered. And there's so many guests here. Can't we move after the ritual? Also...
What is it?
It's Aunt Yen. She keeps saying her son only knows Heaven's Pier. If she moves away, he won't be able to find her when he returns. And Xiao Shi's grandmother is sick. He left this morning and won't be back until tomorrow night.
Then we shall wait one night. Just one. We leave immediately after the first jar banquet. Make sure to convince them all. Thank you.
It's nothing. It's just that we all want to know. Do we really have to move everything? We've lived here so many years with so many things. It's hard to let go.
I literally don't know what's happening.
Someone from the Jianghu has targeted us.
Oh.
It's too dangerous to stay. Do not worry, I have found a good place for us all. Maybe when things settle down, we can go back.
We're gonna go with Jianghu equaled bad guys.
The Jianghu? Are you saying you're worried about... all right. I'll try to convince them.
Hey guys, bad guys are coming. We should leave. But booze! We poured it all out. Okay, I'm good. Let's go.
Why are you just standing there? Come here.
Okay. First things first, gotta get my treasure. Doodly doodly doo. Bonk. Alright.
Aunt Han, are you alright? Yi Dao mentioned Chu Qingchuan. Who is he? And what's this Blackwater City they spoke of?
Who cares about the Jianghu and Blackwater City?
I do.
What's it to you?
I don't know.
I'm just curious. We thought you and Uncle Jiang were a couple all these years. Turns out there was a Chu fellow.
You are asking
And
for
Han
trouble.
gets around.
Pack your things. We leave tomorrow.
Leave? Why leave? Because of those people snooping around? Why should we be the ones to go?
Because they
We
have
can
the
fight
guns.
them. Retreating before battle is not the way of the Jianghu.
You follow the ways of the Jianghu, you will end up dying in the Jianghu. Do you want to be like him, without even a proper grave?
They died without a single regret. They went without looking back. I don't want to live with regret, Aunt Han. Heaven's Pier is where I grew up.
I regret it. I regret it, okay?
You got the
I
regrets.
shouldn't have let him go. But regret is useless to the dead. When someone dies, it's just all gone.
How's that for some voice acting, huh? Pretty good.
What good does a lifetime of regret do for me now?
Ulcers.
We leave tomorrow morning. All of us. I have found a place where no one can find us. And no one can leave.
What about Uncle Jiang? I still need to find him in the Jianghu.
To hell with the Jianghu!
Ooh, I'm gonna get smacked. I should probably be quiet soon.
16 years. Gone by that fast?
This time Aunt Han is serious. But I can't just go along with her. It's time to take a stand. If we're moving tomorrow, I need to leave tonight. Just need to figure out how.
We're just gonna have to go kill an entire
Give
clan.
her the books I
No big
copied
deal.
first to put her at ease.
Ha! You villain! You've done terrible things! And today, I, Heroine Ruby, will serve justice. How's that? Cool, right? Just like in the storybooks.
Not bad. The second coolest in all of Qinghe.
Hey, all I had to do was do stuff, and then all of a sudden I got talent points. Now I want talent points. Give me more things. What's this do? Surging Meridian. Survive fatal damage once. Recover 20%. Yeah, okay. I do eye all the time. Yes, that would be nice. I get killed a bunch. If you notice, I have the XN deaths counter back. I said, oh, side with kitties. Oh, aren't you brave? And the death counter is at 0 because I never die. And it shall remain that way for all time. My apologies to anybody who wanted to see death in the game, because I'm not gonna.
Say, what's the matter? I finished copying those books. Did Auntie Han still scold you?
That's not it. Ruby, what if one day we meet a real hero and get the chance to travel to Jianghu
really?
together? But Uncle Zhou says it's too dangerous for you. He forbids it.
So it's not jumping
He
off
might even disown
into
you.
the cold.
What would you do then?
I'll just say you dragged me into it. Then Father won't be mad at me.
Straight under the bus. Thank you.
Oh, pin it all on me, eh? Aren't you clever?
It's not like he really blamed you. Anyway, I finished copying, so when are you taking me to see Killer Blade?
Killer Blade. Sounds like a perfect scapegoat.
Meet Yao Zhouge did that one.
You wanted to meet Killer Blade, right? Come on, let's go find him now.
Yes, let's. Okay, we'll just teleport. That's way easier than walking. Hey, you on the roof.
Hey, Blade. Feeling any better?
No thanks to you. Doesn't help to know a hawk like me got pecked by a sparrow like you.
I betrayed him in the last fight.
Sure, but it's only because I thought you and Aunt Han were enemies. That's on me, Blade. So, found any secret yet? I can help you look.
This is really where Zhang Wulong lived? What a dump.
Isn't Zinthi? Yes, I know. See?
Here.
I've been using that for a while. I
Years,
perfected
but
it.
Uncle
I'm quite
Jiang
proud
did
of
live
it.
here. If nothing's here, maybe Chu was lying to you. How did it happen
Trying to pull
exactly?
a fast one on me again, pup? I can accept getting tricked at a temple. The Han woman chewed me out for how I phrase things, which I deserved.
Blade, I'll be frank. I want to go to Kaifeng with you.
Oh, sneaking away from Hong Changshun, are you?
That's unhung.
Is the little girl coming too?
No, she's staying in Heaven's Pier. I'm eager for adventure, but I've
That's a
asked
lovely
around
day,
about
Hannah.
news from the Jianghu,
Good
and
for
there's
you.
not a word about a Zhang Wulong anywhere. He's surely no ordinary person. That might not even be his real name. Whatever his past, when I asked him to teach me swordplay, I swore that if I learned his skills, I'd settle his old scores.
Big talk. Do you know who he really is? Or what scores there are to settle? You just made a rash promise and expected him to be grateful?
I don't know. But after years together, I understand Uncle Jiang and Aunt Han. Besides, I swore it to myself, not to him. Should a promise vanish like the wind just because someone's gone?
You... You've got spirit. That's not something Han taught you. I like the cut of your jib.
Is that an old Chinese phrase? Cut of your jib?
Hey, are you done? I want to hear too.
Hi, Ruby.
Ruby, meet the man they call Killer Blade.
I've seen you before. When I went back to Auntie Han, she was kicking you. Are you really a great hero?
You both want to be heroes, but do you know what heroes fear most?
Bees.
Probably tough opponents?
Bees.
I know.
Obscurity.
Heroes fear their parents the most.
Their parents?
Yeah, they love you, but they control you too. That's what heroes fear most.
Hey, I'm on her side.
Well said. I've met only one friend like that in my life. Not my parent, but he does care for me and control me. Since meeting him, I've never known peace. This is what I fear most.
That horse.
What a big horse!
Yeah, he's scary. Terrifying, even.
A fine horse. Caught it on the road. Little girl, that was a good answer. So the horse is yours.
Well, that was easy.
It's beautiful! Is it really mine? No takesies backsies.
Does anybody know who this voice actress is? I totally recognize her.
Name you.
For Ruby, I mean.
Midnight tonight.
Look it up.
The temple where the horse dancer stayed.
doing?
They say Hong Xiang Sung makes good wine. I should try some.
Yay! I'm gonna ride this horse, and I'll call him Clip Clop.
Fine. Flip Clop it is. Where'd you come up with a name like that?
Let's see. Her name is Riley Fossenegger. What has she been in? I clearly don't know. He just sounds like somebody. But good job, her. What? Am I still talking to Ruby? Crying out loud. Or maybe just riding the horse.
Really go with Master Yitao into the Jianghu?
Ruby, what if...
Horse got caught in the lamppost.
What if I'm not in Heaven's Pier anymore, and it's just you?
Just me? You mean you go to the Jianghu alone? Take me with you! You promise! You promise!
I will! Stop moving or you'll fall off. I need to go somewhere dangerous to find news of Uncle Jiang. Wait for me a while. I'll make some arrangements and then come for you. When have I ever broken a promise?
Pity.
Besides, during the short time I'm gone, you'll be in charge here in Heaven's Pier. You'll need to act like it.
Oh, okay. I
The
can
cat?
wait,
I heard a cat.
is it that dangerous? Why go then?
Because it's the right thing to do. Now
Sneak
that you're
off,
going
not
to
tell
be in
anybody, go
charge,
against our aunt.
Let me test you.
It's the right thing to do.
If those little brats don't listen,
I'll beat them up.
that's my girl.
But you dying? Are the birds dying? Who's shooting birds? Aaron Yvette is the English voice actress for Arlecchino in Genshin Impact. Okay. All right. So I apparently did it wrong. I looked up the Chinese voice actress. That is a very good point that I punched in the wrong thing. I swear I know her for something. English. That's a very good point. Okay, English. No, Riley Fossenegger. What? Huh. Yeah, that's not what I know. I feel like I know her from, though. Good to meet you, by the way. Welcome. You sound like, I don't know. She sounds like she's from an anime. But then, generic child voice sometimes can be a little, you know. Are we going to talk to Ruby again? Wow, this game is so fun. Play Talk to Ruby Simulator.
So, when will you leave? Will it be soon?
In a few days. Shh. Don't tell anyone else. I'm only telling you.
I won't tell a soul.
Liar. She'll totally tell. First thing.
Look. I got you this red cape. With this, you'll be the coolest in all of Heaven's Pier.
Like Superman. But not like Superman. Actually, exactly like Superman.
If someday, just if you have to leave me behind, promise you'll come back from time to time. Otherwise, I'll worry something's happened to you. Right! It's settled then. We'll become the twin
Look at the eye
wonders.
shine. I just
We'll
noticed
fight
that.
injustice and help the weak together.
That's pretty clever.
All right. The Twin Wanderers.
They gave the
Big
eyes
deal.
reflective qualities. That's sick. Very cool. Even pretty neat. All right, so Ruby, old friend, died. The end. Did I win Ruby? Did I just get Ruby as someone I could call? I call on you, Ruby. Pretty.
So lively. In the name of the stone boat immortal.
You talking to a boat? You praying to a boat? What's happening right now?
Dodo, what happened to you last time underground?
I remembered everything.
So much blood.
My mother, my family, even my old face.
Oh.
Weren't you
I
very
saved some
young
dude.
when you came to Heaven's Pier?
Everyone says I'm an orphan. But even orphans have parents. And if I have parents, then I have a home. I'm leaving soon. You'll be happy for me, won't you?
I barely know
Are you
you.
going to find your parents? Be sure to tell me if you run into any trouble.
I will. And thanks. Someday, you'll be a great hero.
Am I wrapping up all my affairs before I leave? Dudu left blissful retreat on that day when unfated Tian heard the news. He had spoke not a word for the whole day.
I'm really going to the Jianghu.
Dear all games ever, I don't read as fast as you think I do. The fires of Jianghu may soon be rich, blissful retreat. New storyline will unlock at level 21. What level am I at? Diddly ding ding darn it. What? I don't even know. That's not it. Season? Nope. Battle Pass events. Develop. Maybe develop. Oh no, 28. I'm 28. Level 28. We're good. I thought I'd been okay. Cool. Whoop. I even get more
I
talent.
need to take the things I've hidden under Sweetwine Tower all these years.
What's your deal? Now I can get more affinity. Let's go. Now I'm more affinitied. That way. I'm running all over the place in this little area. That's so funny. What happens when you do main quest? They expect you to like wander off halfway through, so they just give you like pauses every now and again. It's like, all right, I'm done talking to you. I'm gonna go kill some bandits or some jazz. But you follow the main story quest, and it gets a little repetitive. You all right there, buddy? You like my profile pic? All right, what are we doing in here? Not much. Oh, wait. We're dungeoning.
Let's get the key first.
Okay. She said to nobody in particular. Want to see a cool trick? Ooh. That's the I can see everything that is around me button. And there's nothing around me, so. We got stuff happening. Alex Berry, you're gonna do a puzzle. Do 3 things down in the underground. You might have sun sensitivity, not allergy, but sun sensitivity. I've been getting rashes from just sunlight. Well, they not necessarily. It could be from medication, right? Could be from medication. Could be, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be, whatever. But yeah, actually, there are some people, and this is true. Look it up. That if they look at the sun, they sneeze. It's true. I've never met one, but it's true.
Huh?
Well, I tried to kill the butterflies. I might still be able to. Oh, no. I just have to go stab the butterflies. Okay. I'm into it. Oh, but for years. Oh, that's interesting. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. What are we doing? Well, that just looked downright dangerous. What do we get up there? I bet I can't double jump. Oh, I can. Oh, fire out. They never let me double jump. Cool. Stab. Or shoot them with an arrow. That's good too. I gotta go all the way down there. Okay, we'll do. Or that. That works too. Didn't know I could do that. Neat. Think I'm supposed to go down there. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Oh no 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 no! Ow. Exclamation point XN died if anybody wants to help me out there. Oh, that's a long way back. My first death, which didn't count. That was a game glitch, by the way. There, now we're back down here. Isn't it cool looking though? Like, it's really, really neat looking game. They worked so hard on the textures. All right, that's already done. That one's already done. I'm supposed to go down there, which I was able to do. Oh, come on. Why are Mystic Forces working now? You guys saw me. I double jumped before, and now it won't let me double jump. That's what's the problem. That one didn't count. Again, game glitch. Not me. Game. Like the cabbage cart in Skyrim? What? I've never played Skyrim. My son wants me to very badly. Now I'm injured. Watch this. Oh, maybe not. We're gonna do this a little bit more betterer this time. We're gonna actually use the system that they want you to do, which is walk on the wire. Obviously, we're gonna do this. Go this way. What? Oh yeah, the giant. When the giant kills you, you blow it up into the sky, and they apparently didn't patch it out, which I think is kind of fun. All right, now we're going this way. Now I can triple jump again. Okay. We'll do things the game's way if I have to. Hello. Are you a thing that I need to do something to? Nope. Whoa! Almost fell down. Once got stuck in the cabbage cart to glitch and turn the cabbage into projectiles. Oh, fun. That's cool. I like that kind of stuff. All right. Did I get the bugs? I think I must have. Now what do I do? To get down there. I know how to do that. Do I need to fall down? I don't want to die again. There's a rock in the way if I go that way. I don't want to die. Do 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 do. This is how I have to get the key, by the way. This is the world's most secure locker. Key. Gimme. Did I not have to do any of that? Oh, I have speedy quick things. Neat. That's fun. Except for Sunshine and Kitty Girls. No, his unrationed cats left. Aw, that's so sad. You have my pity. Apparently I can't hit those. That's fine. I didn't want to anyway. Am I still just getting the key? Is that... This is kind of ridiculous. Ah. Is that a door? Okay. Over here. Search.
Here it
I'm
is.
gonna watch Rosie
Now to
play
open the door and get
arcade.
my
Okay, rock and roll. Have a good one, Conroy. Say hi to Rosie for me. Joe Rosie. All right, so that was a long way to go for a key. I can't even double jump, man. Go. Whatever I'm about to pull out of this box better be like really important. Return to entrance. No, I don't want to return to entrance. I have things I gotta do. Nope, I don't like it in here. I know this is just our family safe, I guess. But still, you know?
Over a decade, and I still don't know who built this place. Now I'm leaving.
Definitely
I'll
bandits.
take all my treasures. It should make going to the Jianghu much easier.
100% bandits. Whoa, that's a lot of treasure. What do we get?
I'll take this.
Fished up lotus?
And this, too.
Yeah, oh, of course. Oscillating jade. All right, cool. Lady needs her stuff, you know. Is this just to reward me for passing level 21? Hope so. Stuff for days.
Ooh, a fine 10-year-old brew. Definitely taking this.
Yeah, you don't want to go traveling without your booze.
This is Uncle Jiang's. I'll hold on to it for now.
Cool little wall here. Be cool little streaming area. Let's just do this. Let's make this the streaming area. I like that. All right, anything else in here? Let's just check. Nope. Push. That's a lot of wine. If this ain't a boss room, I don't know what is. That's the bossiest looking boss room in the history of boss rooms. Let's see how it goes. Who could have seen that coming?
All I wanted was the silver.
Well, you shouldn't have attacked me then. I might have given it to you. You know, for free. Back to being busy for turkey dinner prep. But tiredness too. It was up to 5. You up till 5:30 a.m. So, oof, no, not ideal. That's the opposite of ideal, my friend. Absolutely. Get some rest, dude. All these doors are fake. But are the jars fake? They are. Well, that was a lame boss area. Cool room, though. I don't see much to get other than embers. But I was given I was AFK, but still here this time. Twitch didn't count my view. I'm guessing because I didn't chat. Apparently an hour and 15 minutes. According to Donut, and he's a very smart man. So I'll go with what he says. And it does make sense. After an hour and 50 minutes of not doing anything, it decides to not count you as a viewer. Makes sense. But if you like haven't done anything. But letting that out means that someone's gonna make an app that, you know, clicks something or does something every, like, if they'd make it just say still here every hour and 10 minutes. You know? Not that I'd ever do such a thing. Who comes down and lights all the candles? That's what I want to know. What a horrible job. What was that? Oh, door. Okay, well. They put a lot of work into this area for not actually doing anything here. Like, why am I feel like I'm missing so many things, but that's why I hit this button and I'm like, okay, there's nothing to see. It's just a really cool room. I feel kind of bad for the guy who had to design it, and they're like, oh, cool. What kind of boss fight are you gonna do in my cool room? And they're like, oh, nothing. We're not even gonna have a single thing to do. You're gonna walk through it. But I have to design 720 candles. Yep. You doing tab not count? Well, it wouldn't be able to count, figure out that you know. It wouldn't be able to figure out that you muted the tab. It would just know that you didn't do anything after a period of time. Yeah, see, I'm hurt. I just go to the doctor. Okay. Now I'm here. Illness. One disease pending treatment. My muscles. I got the bone stress. Oh, man. Self-heal possible. I can self-heal? I'd like to do that. Bag. Quick use. Medicine. Probably wound balm? Probably that one, right? Consume. All better? Nope, still not all better. Oh well. How do I fix it? Don't feel possible. No. It's got to be something that I don't understand. Level 2 medicine instantly restores 22 max HP. No, that's not it. Maybe I just don't have the thing. I could do it if I had it, but I don't have it. So, okay, never mind. I forget the movie reference quote. If I could have the Martian's ability to sleep for 2 to 10 seconds and be fully awake. Yeah, that sounds like it wouldn't be a Martian Manhunter. I don't know. This looks like I need to do something. Aha. Aha. Or not. Maybe that's not aha. Okay. Before I go in there and that cage shuts, we're gonna go look around over here. Not much to see. There's a big stairwell. What's that? Trees. Oh, is that out? Okay, no, I don't want to go out. I want to go down. It could start a cutscene if I leave. This feels more scary. Oh, wait a sec. I know where I am. I'm at the dungeon. So I was here the other night. This shoots flames. Or did. But I had to turn it off. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize where I was. So that big scary area was directly connected to Aunt Han's house. Oh, wow. Super interesting. And now I'm out here. Wow. I guess I got some stuff. That was a long walk for very little.
Dear Aunt Han, an untrustworthy person is... No.
Currently reading this letter.
Uncle Jiang once taught... Why do I feel like writing it this way will only make Aunt Han even angrier? Oh, forget it.
Dear Aunt Han, I left.
Leaving with Yi Dao. Farewell, Aunt Han. May we meet again in the Jianghu.
I love you. Thanks for everything. Here's $1. Uh-oh.
Huh? Did I zone out just now?
Dust on the rhombus mirror. Okay. Did I win? All right, let's get one more talent. What are you gonna do? Crit rate, precision rate. Channel chi into your body to clear blockages in the veins. Keys be under attack or under control effects. Control effects are sissies. I need another mystic slot. I don't even have any mystic things. I'll just do crits. You could always use more crits, right? All right, well, that's that. It's kind of fun to spend time chatting about like super important stuff and then, you know, kind of a big talk and then kind of play together. I don't know. That's my style of streaming. C'est la vie. Let's raid out. Thanks for being here, dudes. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's the return of Weird Wednesday, by the way. So we're bringing that back. I will find some weird things to look at and talk about. And after, what are we gonna do after that? I don't know. Probably more of this. The story's kind of interesting, and it cost me nothing. So let's raid out to somebody. Who can you raid out to? Oh, hey, there you go. That's pretty good. Will's on. Wolfcat's on. I don't know who Lizzie Poos is, but let's read her. Oh, I know who she is. She's the one who dunked me in the tank. All right, dudes. I'll see you tomorrow.